is a live presentation of CBC Sports.
Vancouver and New York City, two great harbor towns who've waited some time for their ship to come in. The 1994 Stanley Cup Final, Game 1 at Madison Square Garden, New York. They used to watch Jake LaMotta in a building named MSG. This is the new site, of course. The Canucks and the Rangers are ready for prime time. Good evening, welcome to Molson Hockey Night in Canada and the Stanley Cup Championship Series. I'm Ron McLean. Tex Rickard was a fight promoter here at MSG back in 26. He summoned Lester Patrick from Victoria to start up an NHL team. Lester brought in Western Canadian boys. The Rangers were an instant hit in Manhattan, and they're still screaming, as you can hear. Let's listen to that for a little bit. Nothing we can shoot, but just watch and enjoy this for a moment. Rickard thought it to be this long. Patrick's Rangers went 16 years missing the playoffs. Only once they won 3 Stanley Cups, but then a 50-year stretch with only a few good moments. The gag line, Eddie Jochum and Emil Francis and J.D. As you know, you've been told ad nauseum, 54 years the Champagne's been on ice. So what do? They raid Western Canada again. 7 ex-Edmonton Oilers, including the last 3 captains, Fred McTavish, Kevin Lowe, and Mark Messier. And in this series, Messier will try to become the first man in NHL history to be a Stanley Cup captain in 2 cities. His resolve in the last series tells you how much he wants that. Listen, Vancouver's got loads of Western boys. Nothing phases them. Down 3-1, they roll into Calgary. They dismiss Dallas, and they get rid of Toronto. Both teams are ready. As you'd imagine, the hype is huge in New York City, and that's where we begin our look ahead to Game 1 of this championship. We spoke to Mike Keenan and Pat Quinn about how their teams felt coming in to tonight.
Well, it's pretty much dictated by the New York press here. We're here for a coronation, I guess, and so they never ask you a question. They make a statement and want some sort of response to their statement. So we haven't had a chance to really express how we feel. We're pretty happy to be here. We feel we're a good hockey team, and we're going to give them all they can handle.
To win the Stanley Cup in New York provides a whole different set of circumstances because of various media attention and so on. But the attitude in the locker room, in our locker room, is one of respect for the Vancouver Canucks. And it's really based on the fact that the players we have in our locker room have had tremendous number of adversities and different playoff experiences, and they know how difficult it is to win the Stanley Cup. And for that reason, they're keeping their feet on the ground and reaching for the stars.
Don, Mike's a little quieter than the crowd, but both men are ready.
Well, listen, that last March, they had a little tangle going here. We had a little trouble going. In fact, the benches were going at it. Let's take a little look at that right now. We got some, what should we say, rock'em sock'em going on. Here's where Sergio tried to teach Joey Kocur a little 2-step. They get into it. Now watch the benches here. So there's a lot of two Irishmen going at it here, boy. So don't think this is going to be a little tea party here. These teams are ready. They're big. They're tough. Vancouver's a bigger team. It should be a lot of fun tonight.
Okay, we'll save your prediction for the Coach's Corner. On the broadcast, joining Don and me, Bob Cole, Dick Urban, and Harry Neal. As the teams take to the ice, we'll have, of course, the starting lineups and the player introductions. But let's go to the men in the booth for their feelings. Bob?
Thanks, Ron, and hi again, everybody. Well, we've already seen some great playoff hockey this time around. 14 teams have been eliminated, and now we're down to 2. What about Vancouver?
Well, they have a good chance of winning the Stanley Cup. Not an easy chance, but a good one. Here are some things I think they're going to have to do well to succeed. First of all, they're rested, they're healthy, they're on a roll. They've only lost 2 of the last 13. Their defense core was the difference in the Toronto series. They pinch well, they join the rush, they are the rush. They certainly, without question, are the biggest team of the 2, and this is the fastest team in the history of the Canucks. And fourthly, Bure the home run hitter, Linden the best player, and McLean as good a goalie as there is in the playoffs.
One thing about it, Dick, they've got the crowd for New York.
I tell you, they've got a good goaltender too, Bob. Mike Richter, now he's had the job all to himself, has become a star in this league. Most of the 16 games, 1.84 goals against, but he's got to keep it up. Their penalty killing has been outstanding. For example, 39 times short on home ice in the playoff, only 2 goals against. They can change the momentum of a game. And Mike Keane has been able to get the role players to play a role. They're deep in the trenches. Best example, Stefan Matteau, of course, 2 big overtime goals.
Well, you're right. This Richter, and may I say Kirk McLean, have been 2 outstanding goaltenders to get this far. And there's McLean, all ready to go. You know, the newspapers here in New York, and that's understandable, I suppose, are full of the fact that the New York Rangers are prohibitive favorites to win the Stanley Cup. Let me tell you, New York Ranger fans, something. These Canucks have defeated some pretty good teams to get here, and they themselves are a darn good hockey team. So don't count Vancouver out of this one. This can be a long, long series. This crowd is pumped up, as you well might imagine, at Madison Square Garden. Need we say sellout? Of course, and they're loud. Bob Gollerstein will introduce the players.
Ladies and gentlemen, now let's introduce the lineups for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. First, for the Western Conference champion Vancouver Canucks, number 3, Brett Hennigan. Number 4, Gerald Diddick. Number 7, Cliff Ronning. Number 8, Greg Adams. Number 10, Pavel Bure. Number 14, Jeff Courtnall. Number 15, John McIntyre. Number 16, Trevor Linden. Number 18, Sean Antosky. Number 19, Tim Hunter. Number 21, Jurge Lume. Number 22, Jeff Brown. Number 23, Martin Jelena. Number 25, Nathan Lafayette. Number 27, Sergio Momesso. Number 28, Brian Glenn. Number 32, Murray Craven. Number 44, Dave Babich. Number 35, Kay Whitmore. And number 1, Kirk McLean. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vancouver Canucks. And now the Eastern Conference champion, New York Rangers. Number 2, Brian Leach. Number 4, Kevin Lowe. Number 6, Doug Lindstrom. Number 11, Captain Mark Messier. Number 13, Sergei Nemchinov. Number 14, Craig McTavish. Number 16, Brian Noonan. Number 17, Greg Gilbert. Number 21, Sergei Zubov. Number 23, Jeff Buckaboo. Number 24, Jay Wells. Number 26, Joe Koser. Number 27, Alexei Kovalov. Number 28, Steve Larmer. Number 32, Stefan Matteau. Number 36, Glenn Anderson. Number 30, Glenn Healy. And number 35, Mike Richter. Ladies and gentlemen, the New York Rangers. At this time, we ask that you rise and join John Amarante in the singing of the Canadian and U.S. national anthems.
Just where will the Stanley Cup rest after this set? To Canada or New York? Well, good evening again, everybody, from Madison Square Garden in New York. The New York Rangers and the Vancouver Canucks about set to go in game one of the best of 7. And our crew will be covering this series from all angles. Here's our net cam, which was introduced to these playoffs. And we'll be using that, of course, throughout this Stanley Cup playoff round. Kirk McLean, well, really 2 goalies at the top of their game. Kirk McLean has played in all 17 playoff games for the Canucks. Lost 2 in his last 13. Goals against 2.11.
Here are the 6 defensemen who played so well against Toronto as a group. Quick, they can move the puck, they can join the rush, they can be the rush. And the 4 lines that Pat Quinn has got available, the first 2 a little more dangerous offensively, and Toski, McIntyre, and Hunter. You're going to be able to hear them forecheck. You won't have to watch them. Here are the scratches. Merzen's ready to go, but can't get in the lineup. I think we'll see him before long.
Well, Mike Richter has become a much better goaltender since he got the job all to himself with the John Van Beesbrook shift out of New York. And he has been absolutely outstanding in the playoffs, but goaltenders have to be if their team reaches the final series. The surprise with the Ranger defense, the return to action of Kevin Lowe. He was thought to be maybe out for the balance of this playoff year after his injury in Game 7 against the Devils. Doug Lidster playing against his old team. And the forward lines, no changes as far as Mike Keenan and the Rangers are concerned. Messier will take the opening faceoff, as he has done throughout this playoff year.
The referee is Terry Gregson. Randy Mitton and Ray Scapinello will work the lines. Lyndon Bure, Adams starting up front for Vancouver. Messier with Graves and Kovalev for the New York Rangers. The puck comes to Messier, and across center ice, it is shot into the zone. Boom and Leach, starting defenseman for New York. Fired on the boards by Adams. He got the puck out all right, down to the Ranger line. Leach was covering his man Bure, and it turning near center. Anderson got it up across center ice, and it's cleared to the Vancouver line. It couldn't get in. Slicing call coming up against New York.
Well, Madison Square Garden has not been a friendly place over the years for the Vancouver Canucks. They have not won a game here since February the 21st, 1988. They have in 16 years only won 2 of the 26 games they've played here. And Kirk McLean, lifetime against the Rangers, is 0-7-2. Well, I don't know whether those are omens we should think about, but they're not jolly statistics if you're a Vancouver fan.
Well, the New York people kept pressing how the Rangers were 6-0 against the Devils this year. Throw it out, Harry. You know what happened in that series.
McTavish and running on that faceoff, won by McTavish. That is Quinn coming back in his own zone carefully to clear it away. Zubov, number 21 from New York, got it ahead, but McTavish was covered near center ice. Move at center to get up over the Ranger line. Ronning left it, and the long shot is wide as Momesso took the drop pass. Richter covering up. Ronning is at the side of the net, and Kevin Lowe trying to move it out. He does. Gets to center. 2-on-1 New York. Gilbert in front of the net, but the shot came from the other side. Here's Gilbert right in front of McTavish, and he can't jam it in on the open side. In back of the goal. Ronning was grabbed by McTavish. Ronning knocked the puck away from McTavish and shot it out on the right side. Through center ice, Jelena wanting to get off. He shoots it into the Rangers zone, and the first penalty of the game is coming up. It's against the New York Rangers. And Vancouver gets the first power play.
It's a cross-checking call.
Yeah, Jay Wells, Harry on Cliff Ronning.
Ronning's had 2 pretty good hits there in the first shift. He has to use a ladder to get up tall enough to hit some of these guys.
Ooh, what a chance the Rangers had, Harry. 2-on-1, clear as a whistle.
Well, the defenseman plays it perfectly and makes him shoot the puck. McLean can get to the top of the crease and not worry at all about Gilbert and make the save.
And Momesso coming in late did a good job on McTavish. Here's the penalty call in front of the players' benches right there. And the Canucks get the first power play chance of the Stanley Cup Final.
Well, they're 16 for 81 in the playoffs, and the Ranger penalty killing, as you mentioned, Dick, 91.2%, 94.9 here at Madison Square Garden.
Linden, Bure, and Adams, the front line of this power play for Vancouver. At the far side is Jeff Brown.
Leach is getting some instructions from Mike Keenan on how to line up against this faceoff. Remember now, these teams have only played each other twice, but they've looked at miles of tape, both coaching staffs.
Lume is the other defenseman. He moves up on the rim of the circle right in front of the Ranger net. Here's a shot, and Richter made a fine stop. Brown takes it again, slides it over to Lume, in with a drive. Richter the save, loose puck, and it's jammed away from the Ranger goal. Vancouver with 3 pretty good chances right off the bat. We're just underway at Madison Square Garden. No score. First power play of the game. Vancouver on the move. It is chucked into the zone by Adams out of the net as Richter declared on the boards, not out. Lume stopping it, shoving it ahead. Bure is checked. Adams going back at the goal with Linden fighting for it in the corner. However, there is going to be a Vancouver penalty on the play. Trevor Linden took his man out of the play and on the boards, and they'll be 5 aside.
First power play of the series, last 40 seconds.
And the Vancouver Canucks won the draw to start the power play and had 3 chances, 2-point shots and 1 rebound. Couldn't score. There's the hooking penalty on Adam Graves by 16 Trevor Linden. So we're going to play 4 skaters against 4 here for 1 minute and 20 seconds. And with the speed either of these teams can put out here and the extra ice available when it's 4 skaters against 4, we may see some fancy plays here. Dick?
Harry, what do you think the Rangers will do with Bure? How are they going to...
I don't think they'll put a man on him. No. In this situation here, the left defenseman is going to be taking a look at Bure if the Canucks get away in any kind of a rush.
Raven won the draw and shot it in deep into the Rangers zone. But here's a dangerous Leach starting the Rangers out. Pass to Graves across center ice. Coming in with a shot. Laid out, making that look easy. It is intercepted. Zubov's drive is stopped. It was deflected all the way back down the ice. Blocked in front of the Vancouver net. Messier coming out of his own. Skating hard to center ice is Messier. He gets up to the line and hands it off. Zubov dumped it in wide of the net, and Diddick takes it for Vancouver. Can't clear it out. It is centered. Now shut down the ice by Diddick.
Jeff Brown hurt Bob blocking that shot, and a bit of difficulty now on the Vancouver bench.
30 seconds from now, the Rangers will have the extra man. Kovalev moving up. Kovalev turning at the line. It is centered. Back again to the line. And perfectly, he scores! The Rangers got the first goal. McLean had it stopped and couldn't find it. And it hit the heel of his skate and went in.
Well, in a 4-on-4 situation, the most dangerous players are always the point man. Leach walks in off the point, then gets it back to Larmer, who shoots it, and the rebound is shoved in and just gets to the back of the net. Steve Larmer, here's a look from behind Kirk McLean. He made the initial stop on a lovely little play there, and the other one hit the post, hit his right leg, and caromed in.
Hit the pad below the knee and got in over the line, and the Rangers lead 1-0. Now then, the Rangers have the extra man on there, and they're moving out. On a power play for 30 seconds, Linden has that time remaining in his penalty. The Rangers up 1-0. Coming to Larmer, centering pass. And the Canucks are going to get a chance to clear it out. They do that. Fired down the ice by Hunter. 1-0 New York. It is played through center to Graves, and his shot will be deflected into the crowd. Larmer got the goal. Kovalev and Leach at 3:32.
Well, Well, Steve Larmer, who came over on a late trade from Chicago, you give him the puck and some time in front of the net, he's going to put it in. He gets a 6th of these playoffs. The play was made by Leach, who joined the rush and then threw it back to Kovalev, who made that nifty little deke to avoid. Right there, Dave Babbage got the first shot, and Didick does not take Larmer out at all, and Larmer gets 2 chances. Puts it in off the post in the pad, and the first goal of the '94 finals goes to Steve Larmer.
8 seconds left in Trevor Linden's penalty. The Rangers press again. Big rebound off the shot by Zubov. Kept in by Kovalev. Kovalev coming for the net. Centering pass. Blocked again. Zubov couldn't keep it in on the blue line. Leach poked it ahead. Rangers getting a great start in this first game. As we near the 5-minute mark, up 1-0. And the Larmer goal at 3:32, and the Rangers are pounding in there again, and Kirk McLean grabs the shot and hangs on, and the crowd jumps to its feet.
These teams have made a habit of scoring first in the playoffs, and they're glad they did. Vancouver 10-1, the Rangers 9-2.
It is 1-0, the New York Rangers leading in this one. And we've hit the 5-minute mark of the first period. Linden hit his man on the boards. The puck is loose. Tikkanen got back up after that hit and poked the puck loose for Nemchinov. Made a great move in the corner. Gets out Leach. That's a fine save by Kirk McLean on Leach, who jumped into the rush and had a great scoring chance. Linden will go in front of the net. Here's Trevor Linden trying to lift the Canucks now. And he passes off before he hit the Ranger line, and the Rangers just cleared it. Extra man on the ice. Nobody saw that one. Boom coming back. He and Kevin Lowe, the Ranger defenseman. Lowe takes his pass. Lowe to the right side. And the Rangers bring it in. Messier left it at the blue line. Coming up on the play. Noonan. He couldn't center it. Long shot into the corner by Ronning. Lowe will just play that in back of the net, but Ronning anticipated that move. Lowe recovered. Zubov coming out. Kovalev takes his pass. Gets to center ice. In over the Vancouver line, the shot. McLean, nice stick save on that drive. Kovalev gets it again back of the net with Adam Graves poking it loose. Here's Graves. He passes off, and it'll get by Lowe to the line, but he kept it in there. Kovalev at the far side. Trying to center it. Got it to the line, and Kevin Lowe is moving up. Now they begin to hit a little more as we near the 7-minute mark of the opening period. The Rangers lead 1-0, and Lowe chopped it in there. Nice recovery by Cliff Ronning, preventing a clear break for New York. Brown pounds one from center ice. That one in the wide of the net, and Jay Wells brings it out for New York. Wells gets out over his own line. Shot the puck ahead. Koser couldn't pick it up. Rangers changing, and McTavish is coming in after it. McLean shot it away. Koser took his man out of the play. Brown starting the Canucks back in. A long shot by Courtnall is wide of the Ranger net. 7:15 gone in the first period. Game 1. Stanley Cup Final. Rangers lead 1-0. The Larmer goal at 3:32. Net off the moorings in behind Kirk McLean.
Injured Ranger player. Steve Larmer, I think it is. Or Joey Koser, excuse me.
Glynn of the Canucks, and then with the goalpost right here. And he seemed to twist his foot as he went down on the play. Take a look at it here. Watch the right foot, it seemed. Well, it's hard to tell, of course, at this distance or even at that distance. And he's on the bench now and being looked at by the trainer.
I can tell you one thing about Joey Koser. If he's hurt, he is really hurt, because he is a tough cookie if there ever was one. Trainer Dave Smith looking at him. I think he's trying to talk him into going to the dressing room for a little more extensive checkup.
Harry, remember the trading deadline came and the Rangers first overall made all those deals, and people said they're panicking. They're breaking up the chemistry of their first place club. 6 losses since then, mid-March.
And the Canucks made one big move at the deadline. Both these teams, general managers Smith and Quinn, very active. And part of the reason they're both here were those late trades.
Vancouver is Courtnall, Lafayette, and Craven on the ice now against Messier, Kovalev, and Graves for New York. Courtnall tried to center it. The goaltender stopped that. Flipped back to the net. Again, Richter had to put the stick out to make sure it stayed back there. Cleared to the blue line and out. Rangers move up on it. Kovalev coming in. Messier's shot kicked away by McLean. Rangers lead 1-0. 8 minutes, 10 seconds gone in the first period of Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Shots are 10-5 in favor of New York. So they came storming out here in the first period. Rangers on the puck again as they change on the fly. Zubov flipped it back in front of his own net. Tikkanen is bumped, but he got the pass away. And Koski tried to stop his man. The Rangers come in there. Tikkanen was open, but the pass intercepted. And Koski went up after it, but was stopped at the Ranger blue line. New York on it again, led by Zubov, but a little mix-up in behind the play inside the line. Kevin Lowe on top of the Vancouver player. Lafayette, I believe, getting up. No, it is be McIntyre. He's heading off.
And they're both going.
Well, I mentioned that this wasn't a friendly place to the Vancouver Canucks. It's not very friendly to anybody, Dick. Take a look at the record they've had here, not only in the playoffs, but in the last part of the regular season.
I think I underestimated the emotion that there would be in this building for Game 7 last Friday night, the Devils and the Rangers. But Chris, John, and I had to battle the crowd here from the start to the finish. They just never let up. I don't know, Harry, how much that plays a part in this day and age. These players are supposed to be accustomed to things like that. Kevin Lowe in the penalty box with McIntyre. Kevin not playing like somebody with a banged up shoulder. Told me before the game, hey, it's the finals. I don't want to miss the fun. I'm playing.
So they're both gone. Roughing penalties. Rangers lead 1-0. Kovalev on the move again, up over the line. He's been quite active in this first period. McLean reaching out to knock one away from Messier. Messier grabbed it, skated along the boards and left it there. The Canucks trying to get organized now with Zubov in deep. Puck is poked up along the boards near the line. Leach was waiting there, didn't reach him. In the halfway mark of the opening period, and Brown takes over for Vancouver. Back to the net and starting out. Pass, hitting Linden. He's away with Adams on his left. Linden nearly got in there, but he was turned around before he could get a shot away on Richter. Rangers back out, and here's Leach moving in there. Leach, with the Rangers changing on the fly, had to wait. And Linden just took it away from him. That's Gerald Diddick. Long pass to center ice. Diddick moving up on the play, took the return pass. Took a shot, and Richter moved to the short side to stop it. Pass went by Craven all the way down the ice. Richter coming out, he has the hand up, he doesn't play it, so that's icing against New York. 9 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in period number 1 of Game 1. And the Rangers have the first goal. Larmer scored it at 3:32. And Leach is picking his way out of his own zone. He stopped at the blue line, though. Lynn's pass went by in front of Richter. Nobody on it. Now to center ice. Zubov takes it over the line, and the high shot over the net. Big rebound came down, and the play called. I think another penalty coming up. And maybe against the Vancouver Canucks. In fact, it is.
10:35, Murray Craven of the Canucks gets a slashing penalty. He got involved with Tikkanen at the other end of the rink down in the Ranger zone. He might have still been upset when the play went all the way back into Vancouver territory. 15 seconds left in the Lowe McIntyre penalty.
So the Rangers have a 4-on-3. If they can win the draw, they have some time to cause some trouble.
from the faceoff. It is Zubov at the blue line, coming in the slot. Drill the shot. It's deflected. And it gets up into the crowd.
Perry, I don't know when the last time was a defenseman led his team in scoring, and that team got to the Stanley Cup Finals. Go back to the Bobby Orr era, I guess. But Zubov offensively wasn't all that strong or dangerous against New Jersey.
That is the fourth shot blocked, dangerous shot blocked by the Vancouver Canucks. This one, Glenn on Zubov. And Kirk McLean has had some real help in this first period on some dangerously blocked shots.
That one will have to be done again. Messier for the New York Rangers hooked it back. Somebody out of position, so he and Trevor Linden will square off again. 1-0, New York leading. Just past the halfway mark. First period from the line. Zubov hands it off this time. Now he shoots it. Big rebound, and the Rangers keep it in. Leach backing off. Leach takes his shot. That hit a leg in front of the net. And the Canucks get it out and down the ice. Craven has 1:35 left in his penalty. Rangers lead 1-0. Now they move the puck across center ice. This is Kovalev coming in. Leach in the slot, and he drives one right up the lane again. And the big Vancouver goalie holding his ground.
Harry, you made a good point about Bure and the left defenseman, which a lot of times will be Leach, but hit by the other side of the coin. Canucks have to watch him.
Especially in the defensive zone coverage. Leach never just stands on the point. He always comes off at any chance of getting a pass. And he's a dangerous customer when he gets inside the top of the circle. So if you're a forechecker, you better remember where Leach is after they made the first pass. If you're defending in your own end, keep your eye on two if you're the winger.
Babbage trying to get it out. They can't do it. It's stopped at the blue line. Rangers power play on the outside now. Pass it around at Messier. Fired one into Leach. He's in the rush deep again. Leach back to the net. Babbage stopped his pass out and drilled it off the boards this time. And it goes all the way down the ice. A minute left in the Craven penalty. 1-0. New York Rangers on top. And here comes Sergei Zubov again. And Leach moving it back. Kovalev trying to roll it in behind the net. Comes back out. Near the line, it's fed ahead by Graves. Leach poked it along the boards. Kovalev with Leach waiting. Takes his shot. Right in front. McLean made a great save. He knocked the puck away with his right pad going down. And Kirk McLean is hanging on for the Canucks right here.
Well, the Canucks are having real problems with the New York Rangers in the four skaters against four situation and in this power play situation. A cross ice pass didn't quite make it, but it did dribble to Messier, who had a chance to put it in. Here's the first deflection. That came off a Vancouver stick, and there's Messier with a wide open net and McLean down, and he can't get it by him.
A great save by McLean with that right pad. He had himself all doubled up, kicked out the right pad though, and made a fine stop to keep it at 1-0. 30 seconds left in the penalty to Craven. Rangers power play now. They're working around the boards. Zubov back to the blue line. Pass goes in at the side of the net off his stick. Armour couldn't hang on to it. He has the Ranger goal. Near the line again. Kovalev shot. Knocked down Lemon. Hit the crossbar. Zubov stopped it at the blue line in the slot again as Leach. Is Zubov on a bad angle, so to the other side. Penalty is over now. The Canucks are back at full strength. It is 1-0 New York, and here's Leach passing back again. Long shot doesn't get too far, and it's poked away across center ice by McIntyre. 7-10 left in the opening period. Larmer moving up, shooting the puck wide for Nemchinov. He's bodied off the puck. And the Canucks go back to pick it up. It's been all Rangers in this first period. 14-7 on the shots. Canucks started early with 2 or 3 chances, but have been forced to settle back. The Rangers had the only goal and lead 1-0. with 6:40 remaining in this first period. Hello knocking one down at center and passing back. Lidster threw it ahead and Tikkanen shot it in. High one. Didn't matter. McLean caught it. And it was offside anyway.
Well, Pat Quinn feared that the week-long layoff, they'd lose the momentum they earned when they beat the Leafs. And he might be right. I think he also feared that this would be a very nervous team starting the Stanley Cup playoffs without nearly as much experience as the Rangers have. And there is what should have been another goal for the Rangers off the crossbar. McLean makes a move to his left. The puck is up in a hurry and out. The Vancouver Canucks look a little nervous. They look a little stale. And they look a little slow. And the layoff may be causing two of those problems. And if it wasn't for McLean and some defensemen who blocked some shots, it would be more than 1-0 Rangers.
Well, there have been 14 shots directed at the Vancouver net so far in the first period. We've got another 6:31 to go. So full marks to Kirk McLean. The early going of this game. Puck knocked down at center ice, Babbage. And he flipped it in over the Ranger blue line. Oh, the first one back. He takes a good stiff hit back there. But hangs on to it. Hold it up along the boards near the line. The Canucks keep it in. But now it squirts loose. And just gets out. Knocked it down and they stopped the plays. Apparently it got back inside the line again. And offside is called. Has scored for the New York Rangers. 3:32 of this first period. The Rangers have had 14 shots, 7 by the Canucks. So with 6:06 left in the period, 1-0 New York. Here in game one. Kovalev dropped it back inside his own line and Leach had it back out. The Canucks intercept and Koski from a sharp angle. He tried to get in back to the net with it. Hunter went in there and tried to hit Leach and just missed him. Puck hits the back of the net. Hunter went after it. Larmer backhands the puck down across center. Diddick backing up. Flipped it up across center ice again for Vancouver. And it is dumped in by Antoski. Here's Leach. Waiting with Kovalev coming back. Leach going to the right side. Now Kovalev takes the pass. Couldn't handle it cleanly and it's chucked backhand by Hunter. He and Matteau bump together. He goes on and the Rangers come out again. Kovalev coming in. Tried to stick handle in close. The stop. Larmer fell down, got back up and kicked the puck away. It's in along the boards in the Vancouver zone and around the net is Ronning. Pass intercepted at the blue line by Lidster and he shot it in back of the net. Lubeck. Looked back and Zelina took the pass at center, then took a hit. Noonan lost it. Zubov got it back again, though, for New York. And Chinov is bumped near center ice. Zelina tried to knock down a high pass, which he did. But then, turning back for it was Noonan. Starting the Rangers in is Nick Chinov. Backs off along the boards and took a shot deflected wide. Tikkanen got in front of the net. And the shot missed him and hit the side of the goal. Canucks on it. Running. Overskates it in his own zone. They do get it back out. Zelina poking at it. And Chinov bumped his man at the far side. Running. Slipped a pass in. And a penalty coming up to New York. Bukabo went in on the boards. And took Momesso in on the boards heavily. And he's going off.
Sergio Momesso, who threw some big body checks in the Toronto series. Nailed by Bukabo. He tried to go outside him. He didn't have the puck, but he was going to get it. Ronning threw it to the spot he thought Momesso would get to. Momesso came down in a heap of Canucks sweater. And Bukabo took the penalty. The Vancouver Canucks get a power play. And all 3 scoring chances that they've had in the first period came on their first power play.
Well, in the last
strength, they haven't had a smell.
In the last 10.5 minutes of this period, the Canucks have been outshot 9-2. That's the bad news. The good news is they're only down 1-0. We used to say in that New Jersey series, you know, if the Devils can hang in and withstand the first 12, 15 minutes of a hockey game, Canucks have done that so far. Now they get a chance in the power play.
Leach wasted a little time and hammering that one on the boards in the corner, and he got it off the boards and all the way down the ice. Lume back there with Jeff Brown. Linden circles in front of the net and starts away as Lume carries up over center. Lume with Adams on his left. Nearly got all the way with it. Then trying to center to Adams, but couldn't make the pass. Lume dancing through everybody, but no shot on goal. From the line, Lume again. This one deflected away by Richter. Linden was on it. Laid it back to Brown. He chopped at it. The Rangers are going to clear it. Messier was up at center ice. Two Canucks got back in a hurry. Lume again. Hit it Bure's stick. And to go back. Linden turning away from Messier. And striding away from the Ranger captain. He goes in to backhand it on the boards. It gets in back to the net. And the Rangers clear it out again. 3 minutes left in the period. And 55 seconds left in the Vancouver power play. Armour just missed the pass. Babbage for Brown. Keeping in forechecking. Pass by Brown to the blue line, and Courtnall is trying to race in. He was bumped trying to get in there and was upended. 2:40 left in the opening period. Rangers lead 1-0. Courtnall left it for Ronning. Ronning coming in there, and the pass. Romesso trying to get a shot. Richter blocked the short side. Richter comes out of the net to shoot it away. Babbage will stop it near the line. 15 seconds left in the power play. And it is shot away by New York. 2:15 remaining in the period. The Canucks trying to tie it here with the man advantage. And over the line they come, and Ronning takes a shot. That's wide of the Ranger goal. Anderson on it, lifting one away, and it's cleared down the ice. And the penalty is over. 1:50 remaining in the first period. Anderson in forechecking for New York. Each stopping the pass at center and dropping it back. Zubov laid it back over center. A toe went in there, but the play is called. High stick making contact. 1:38 away from the end of the first period, and for our first intermission, let's visit with Ron.
Versus 2 rush on the power play.
McTavish won the faceoff by kicking it back. And the Canucks had to come back and pick it out. Glenn around the net. Rangers are quick to get in there for checking. It'll come to Richter now, and Leach takes it from his goalie. 1:20 left in the period, and Leach is waiting. Rangers do not get it out cleanly, and at center ice, Lume starts the Canucks back in. Hunter tried a long shot. Pad saved by Richter, and he hangs on.
Jeff Buchelboom hauls the Vancouver forward down on the way to the net, and he landed. McIntyre landed right on Richter. I don't think there'll be a penalty here. You have to go to the net without the puck. There's the shot, and here comes McIntyre, and Buchelboom's fighting him off. He lands on Richter.
Harry, things build as the series moves along. Do you expect this to become rather rough from a physical standpoint?
Yes, I'm surprised it hasn't been a little more combative in the first period here. This first period by Vancouver remind me of the first period they played against the Leafs after a week's layoff. They really didn't get going until well into the first game, and maybe not even into the second. And then they improved almost every game. So you got to get that rust off. A week off at this time of the year is like a month off in the middle of the season.
Lafayette going after the puck for Vancouver. Gave Messier a hit in the corner, and he shook it off and skates out. Messier is up near the line, but the pass doesn't come to him, and the Vancouver Canucks come back at him. His shot across center. Lume, though, overskates it. Graves kicking at it along the boards. Quinn missed it, and Leach, a high backhander into the Vancouver zone. Lume, 38 seconds left in the period. Nemchinov stopped it at center ice. An offside is called. McLean scooping it up. but they were offside.
Chinoff has shown that he's starting these finals in great form. He's in Mr. Keaton's doghouse during the season at times. Big, strong boy with a long reach. Loves to stop and turn play if he sees he can't get outside the defenseman. Likes to get over on that right wing on the rush. And you're afraid of his speed, so you back off. That gives him a chance to make the turn and get a second to look for somebody.
The Canucks. Bure. He's been rather quiet so far for Vancouver in this first period. Now to Brown. Brown starting it ahead to Linden, and he was met by Noonan and had to stop. Pass across center and fired in by Adams. Only 10 seconds left of the period, and the Rangers know that. The veteran Kevin Lowe having a look down the icing, then Chinoff. One last high shot was over the net onto the glass. And the buzzer goes to end the first period at Madison Square Garden. Larmer, the only goal at 3:32.
Jeff Brown drilled and Chinoff along the board just as the buzzer went. Before that, Harry, I know you spotted it. There was an interesting shadow routine going on. Tikkanen on Bure. Is that to be expected?
Well, I think Mike Keenan wanted to make sure they got out without Bure hurting him in the last minute, so he followed him all around the ice. And Bure's, of course, had that treatment before. The Rangers up 1-0. The Canucks go to the room to regroup and are happy they're only down 1-0.
The shots in the period 15-10 in favor of New York. And coming up in our first intermission, Don Cherry is in the coach's corner here in New York. The score at the end of the first period, the New York Rangers won. The Vancouver Canucks, no score. The New York Rangers lead the Vancouver Canucks 1-0. Steve Larmer got the goal from Kovalev and Leach at 3:32. The shots in the period were 15-10 in favor of the New York Rangers.
Let's have another look at the goal here. You can see the first stop by McLean, and then Larmer, who gets away from Didick, banks it off the post. It hits the right pad of McLean and goes in for the first goal of this '94 final. Steve Larmer, acquired at the deadline, or acquired last summer from the Chicago Blackhawks after a holdout.
So the second period is underway. Vancouver Canucks shoot the puck up to the Ranger zone. It is not.
They have a much better chance, I'd say, the Canucks have right now.
So the face-off just inside the Ranger blue line. Linden and Messier. Here's Linden, but he was grabbed and hauled down before he could get a shot. McLean is leaving the net, but the Rangers pick up the puck, so the play will be called. And that, in fact, is a hooking penalty against New York. Linden was breaking in the slot area and had a pretty good opportunity to drive one, but Messier hooked him.
No argument from Messier here, Harry, on this one.
When Mark Messier hooks you, you don't go anywhere but down. There was a pretty good example. With his arms extended, he hooked Trevor Linden right off his feet.
That penalty comes at the 22nd mark of the second period.
Have a look at some of the information here on the first period. The scoring chance is 9-4 for the Rangers. Rangers came through the neutral zone with a man extra. We saw the 1-2-on-1, and they had a 4-on-3. Only 2 of them. The Rangers live off bringing that man up in a hurry.
They've got a power play now for the Vancouver Canucks, and they'll have to start from their own zone. As Larmer comes down, forechecking. Jeff Brown takes the puck, comes out against Larmer, hands it off to Lumet. He had to pull back away from Tikkanen and the other penalty killer for New York. Now the Canucks shoot it up the center. Good play by Adams to stay onside. It is dropped to Bure. He was winding up for a shot. It was grabbed in time. The Canucks press down. Here's a shot that's deflected away by Richter. Bure takes it. Takes a look around. Looks back to the blue line. Brown gives it back to him. Bure to the side of the net with that pass to Linden. Linden threw it in front of the net. Adams was taken care of by Tikkanen. And the Rangers get it out by Trevor Linden down the ice again. 1:05 left in the penalty to Mark Messier. 1-0 the Rangers leading here in the second period, and here's Lume. Stick handling in neatly. Nemchinov caught him, gave him enough trouble. Brown's pass along the line to Bure. Bure given a little room thanks to Adam Graves. So he passes back to the line, and Brown could not catch up to it. Brown back, Nemchinov forechecking, Lume up near center. In goes Courtnall. Courtnall gets set. He made the play in front of the net, and the Rangers again clear the zone. 30 seconds left in this power play for Vancouver. They come in. Lomesso. He's hounded on the play by Zubov. It goes in back of the Ranger net. Rangers are on it. Ronning was bumped back to the net. Now he gets another chance, and it hugged away from him. Graves tried to shoot it out. That was blocked by Babbage. Babbage coming back near the line. Took a long shot. It was tipped in front of the net. Just missing was Courtnall. Fired back at the net again. Messier is out of the penalty box. The penalty over, and here's Ronning trying to center. He does. Got by everybody. Right to Nemchinov and racing away Messier. Big head of speed as he burst in there and around the net. Messier hangs onto it. Circles everybody and now drops it off. The pass goes in back of the goal. Larmer, the goal scorer for New York, got it back to the line. Here's Zubov. He made an extra move and was stopped. 3 minutes gone in the second period. 1-0. The Rangers are leading. Goal by Larmer at 3:32 of the first, and the Canucks come out. The pass through by Antoski, and they are off.
Brian Leetch, probably the best player in either team in the first period, played over 11 minutes. Pavel Bure, who didn't get any kind of a scoring chance, not even a shot, played a little over 8 minutes. The two big centers, about even as far as time's concerned.
Kovalev playing in at center ice now for New York. Won that faceoff. Forced back inside his own line, though. Etikin was right up there on him. Puck is shot around the Ranger net. Leach locked it. Rangers are on it to bring it out. And through center ice. That is Gilbert. His pass comes in front of the net. The Canucks were back and cover up. Larmer got it and took a shot quickly, and that was blocked. Rangers do not keep it in. Hunter got as far as center and then was bumped by Bukeboom. Canucks go in after it. Centering pass is blocked. Antoski went after it. Bukeboom takes it. Out for New York. A long pass going astray, and Etikin lifted one across his own line. Etikin again. Shot it down into the Ranger zone. Icing has been waved off. And Jeff Bukeboom stands behind Richter. 1-0 New York. Shot down the ice this time, icing against the Rangers.
Well, in these 94 playoffs for these two teams, you can see the second period has been the most productive for both teams. Pretty even. As we take a look, only 4 goals difference. You remember the Rangers played 1 fewer games. McIntyre got hurt early in the last shift. As he tumbled into the end of the rink, you're going to see right here, trying to make a hit on Leach. He fell off him and went to the bench in some discomfort.
Linden, Bure, and Adams again for Vancouver. Rangers get it out of the zone. Sergei Zubov rushing a lot in this hockey game. Got up as far as the Canucks line and was stopped. Litzner shoots it in. And it's fired back inside the Ranger line, and coming back again is Zubov. Starting out, deep pass to Messier. Up to the Vancouver line. And the shot misses the net. Lume against Graves. Collision over there. Graves hitting Lume. Anderson went behind the net. And the Canucks get it up to the line, but not out. It is kept in by Adam Graves. And he went in there and leveled Trevor Linden. Bure circling, looking for room. There's Linden. He's okay. Remains on. Not a hard hit, though, and now the Canucks Canucks go in. Offside. They played 5 minutes and 10 seconds of the second period.
The best all-around player in the last series for the Vancouver Canucks, with the possible exception of McLean. Trevor Linden takes a low bridge hit from Adam Graves. Bure feels a little hook and tries to talk the referee into a penalty. No good.
Vancouver Canucks looking a little better here in the second period. And here's Momesso trying to work the puck down inside the Ranger line, and does. Put on the brakes and then shot it in back of the net. Ronning was in there. Ronning trying to come out front. Slapped it there for Momesso. Jelena chased his man. Kovalev had to back up into the corner. Then he was knocked to the ice. And the Rangers are finding the Canucks coming at them a little more here in the second period. Kevin Lowe from his own blue line. He took a hit from Momesso. Backhoe left it there at the line. Gilbert trying to come in. Rebound. McLean solid in there for Vancouver. And back for the Canucks, led by Courtnall. Look out! He was nailed at center ice. He and Kovalev were on a collision course, and nobody could get out of the way. A hard hit at center ice. The Canucks move it up. Courtnall shot right on rebound, and a dribble just wide of the short side. The Canucks come very close again to tying this hockey game. 1-0 New York. Nearing the 7-minute mark of period 2. Up for Vancouver. Brown, the defenseman, dropped it up the line neatly for Courtnall. Courtnall's pass gets over in front of the net. Hennigan took a shot. That hit Graves. And the Rangers come back. Noonan got back in over the line and a stop. Got it again. Lafayette trying to take it away from him. Noonan shot it in back of the Vancouver net. And Hennigan is in the far corner against Graves, and here's Craven. Down the right side to center. Craven moving up with a shot, weak one, wide of the goal. However, they're in after it. Lafayette trying to center with Craven taking over. He got it back out front. And Messier intercepts. He's coming away with Noonan through center. Noonan over the Vancouver line, on with the break, centered it. Messier went in for the net. But it was McLean who got a stick out there and deflected the puck away. Craven again, jammed at the center. They nearly had a 2-on-1 set up. Linden comes in, he's knocked down, and the puck loose in front of the net for seconds. Well, the Rangers get it out to Tikkanen. Tikkanen in there is Messier, right in. And the backhander blocked by McLean. Lidster kept it in. The Canucks now feel the heat a bit. And they just shoot it out. 8 minutes gone in the second. The pace has picked up here in the second period. And here's a guy who's had something to do with it. Mark Messier circles back. And the wheels going on that last rush. Lynn stops him at center now. And the Vancouver Canucks dump it in. Richter stepping out of the net to shoot it to the boards in the corner. There's Diddick. He fired one around the net. Babbage had to back up. It's still inside the line, and Richter made another stick save. Diddick trying to center. There's Bure back of the goal. Bure to the corner. Two Rangers chase him. Bure hangs on to it, and it comes out over the line. Bure dumped at center, and a penalty coming up. It'll be against New York. Here's the call. The Rangers get a tripping penalty here. Power play when we come back.
Doug Lidster, who played low those many years for the Vancouver Canucks, now finds himself in the Stanley Cup Final against his longtime team. Did not play in the playoffs until games 6 and 7 against New Jersey, and then played very well as a replacement, if you will, and he's won a spot.
Here's how long he's played for the Canucks. I coached.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Well, that tells you he's a veteran, doesn't it?
Well, he's in the penalty box right now, Harry. That's where he is. 2 minutes for a trip. And the Canucks get another power play chance. Their second of this period. They are 0 for 3 on the hockey game.
I'll tell you one thing. Vancouver Canucks played it with a lot more energy in the first 10 minutes of this period than they played at all in the first.
Well, you were alluding to that fact, that long layoff. It'll do it every time.
It's tough when you're on such a high as they were after getting a chance to play in the finals to have to sit for 7 days.
All right, the Canucks now trailing the Rangers 1-0. Shoots the puck in. New York controlling well in their own zone, and Boom fires it the length of the ice. Minute and a half left of the penalty. Cordell dropping it back to center ice, and it is Ronning coming in with Momesso. Momesso tried to hit Ronning. He's in back of the net. Ronning looking for it and finds it. He centers it, but Mark Messier will lift it out of the zone and down the ice. Lane stops the puck for Craven. 1:10 left in the penalty to Lidster. Dangerous play with Messier coming in, but they got away with it. And Cordell steps over the line. That's broken up. Tikkanen. Messier trying to catch up. Tikkanen coming in. Low shot stopped by McLean. Here's Cordell now coming back out. Tikkanen circled and got back with him. But the Canucks bring it in. It is dropped. Brown for Linden. Linden hangs on to it. Back to the line it goes. Lume to the other side. Again Lume. Lume and Brown pass it back and forth. Brown's second pass comes back. And the shot is blocked. Then Chilov got in front of that one. Again, Brown at the point. Over to Lume. He's covered immediately. Good work by the Rangers, killing this penalty. Again, Lume drives it in. Was deflected wide. Bure is on the puck. Comes back along the boards to the line. Bure's got a good shot. There it goes. And that's blocked by Nemchinov. 2 for him. Adams trying to set it up, but the Rangers are going to shoot it out. And the penalty to Lidster has expired. They're at full strength. And the crowd, very knowledgeable, of course, here in New York, rising to its feet again as the Rangers have killed off another penalty.
Mark Messier nearly scored on a backhand a few shifts ago, and here it is right here. Goalies will tell you it's hard to pick a backhand up. Not only does he stop the backhand, but the rebound is stopped again. You get the feeling that if the Canucks don't score the next one, they may not get enough to beat this team.
9:04 remaining in the second period. 1-0. New York Rangers leading. The Larmer goal in the first. Here's Gilbert for New York. Gilbert sliding one through the crease area. Wells was there to keep it in. Babbage takes a hit. Hit his man back. Gilbert and sent him flying. Got the puck out to boot.
In the first period, we showed you a play which Joey Kocur was injured, crashing into the...
This is his second appearance as a coach.
They both coached Philadelphia one time in the finals. Mike twice and Pat once, and then Keenan was in the finals 2 years ago with Chicago against Pittsburgh.
McIntyre winning the face-off for Vancouver. Babbage to the right wing to Hunter, and Hunter rolled it over the Ranger line, but Lidster's around the net. Lidster shot it on the glass for Anderson. He couldn't knock it down. Babbage is moving up there and bumped Wells. Anderson gets the puck. McTavish was there also. And they managed to poke it in back at the net where Gilbert is taken in on the boards, and McTavish chases McIntyre. He just hopped away from him. Gave it to Babbage through center ice. He's a great rushing defenseman throughout his career. And he shot it in before he hit the blue line that time. Hunter going in rather heavily. Hunter gets in front of the net. Lafayette just missed a chance, and it shot back down the ice. Kirk McLean coming out. Made a good play ahead. And Koski saw the hit coming and took it. Now he is going off. 7:50 left in the second period. Rangers 1. Vancouver nothing. Here's Cordell. Put it up there. Craven shot. He had a lot on that shot, and he just missed on the short side. Boom rifle it off the boards back to the net to Kovalev. He can't get out. Craven was bumped. Boom hit him, and Graves chopped it away and down the ice. Cordell back with Messier in tow. Caught him over there. Pass ahead. Cordell upended. It goes right on. And the Rangers come alive again. Kovalev played it up to Messier. Messier shot. That's off his skate and wide, but he's in back of the net with Graves. Graves trying to center. Bure, watch watching him. It's back to the line where Lowe let her fly. And he missed on the short side. Zubov up. He just was happy to keep it in. Went back to the net. Graves takes the kick pass. And he's bumped. And a penalty coming up to Vancouver. Graves had the puck. The play had been called anyway. Richter had left the net. They didn't get an opportunity to get the extra man on. They'll have the extra man now as Courtnall goes.
Courtnall knew from the reaction of the crowd that away from his sight line, Gregson was signaling the penalty call.
Courtnall going to the net with Kovalev and trips him as the puck went around the boards. Jeff Courtnall, 6:42 to go in the second period, gets an interference call. And the New York Rangers, who haven't been nearly as dangerous this period, and the Canucks much better, get a chance on the power play. Vancouver Canucks on 9-4 when they aren't playing in the Pacific season. One of the reasons they're still playing.
We hope you're all enjoying this coast to coast. There's some controversy here in New York regarding a local television blackout of this series. Only the viewers who can watch in the New York City area are those who subscribe to the cable Madison Square Garden network. The Rangers would not lift the blackout to allow anybody else to watch the hockey game.
That may be one reason why the ESPN ratings in the United States are not good for the playoffs when you take this market out of the picture.
Especially when this market's team should be in the picture.
Rangers have killed off 2 penalties in this period. Now the Canucks face the chore of killing one off. Courtnall off for interference. The Rangers leading 1-0. So they move in there deep. Kovalev takes it off the boards. Shot it back into the corner. Kovalev again, waiting there. Winding up, no shot from him. Larmer in close. Loves to try to score from that angle. This time stopped by McLean. Kovalev drifting back to the line. Pass was intercepted, but Leach recovered. Kovalev moving up again. Into Larmer. Back to Kovalev. Tried to drive a pass in there. Hit a skate. Here's Leach. Backhands it in there close. Rangers after it with the pressure on. 6 minutes left in the period. The Rangers power play. Larmer comes out front. McIntyre a chance. And falling. He swept it away. All the way down the ice. Richter, pretty good goaltender, handling the puck himself. Shot it in. And it's cleared back down the ice with 55 seconds left in the penalty. Courtnall, Vancouver. 1-0 Rangers. Up the center, Sergei Zubov. He's over the line, getting in there. The pass! And a rolled away from Messier. Messier put it all the way back to the line, and Leach takes the shot. That's wide of the net. Big pressure by New York, looking for the 2-0 lead. Zubov kept it in to Messier. Takes a hit. Finally falls. However, Zubov is waiting for it. Laid it ahead. Noonan gave it to him again. Another shot that misses. Zubov with a good hard shot that time, but off the net. Here he is again. Zubov pass, perfect. A Rangers press. It is centered. Messier turning back to the line. What great pressure by New York. No shot. Poked away, and the penalty finally over. Courtnall on the ice. Leach went in deep, and the Canucks kill off the penalty and get it down the ice. And Courtnall just missed the pass. He and Bure about to run away on a 2-on-1, but he couldn't handle the pass. Good penalty killing in this period by both teams. At Madison Square Garden in New York, Bob Cole with Harry Neal, Dick Irvin, Ron McLean, and Don Cherry, and the Hockey Night in Canada crew. First game of the Stanley Cup Final. The Rangers lead in this game, 1-0. The goal in the first by Larmer at 3:32. We have 4:10 remaining in the second period. Keekinen backs up. Lidster chopped it in over the Vancouver line. Hedican is back there first. Hedican got it ahead. A neat play to get it out. And Linden is moving up over the line. They get in front of the net. The pass went astray. And the Rangers cleared back out. Anderson trying to get going in behind. penalty has been called. Momesso, I think, will be the penalized player. And the Rangers, again, have a power play coming up.
Thursday night, game 2 of the series, 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. The Canucks and the Rangers reunited MSG, then we'll head west for games Saturday and the following Tuesday. Coming up in the second interview.
A few minutes ago, you saw a shot of a blonde-haired gentleman in the crowd with his youngster. That was Boomer Esiason, the quarterback for the New York Jets, who must be a pretty good hockey fan. He was here at the All-Star game. Ron chatted with him in the crowd on that occasion.
Taking a few hits in this town, hasn't he?
He said the All-Star game reminded him of the All-Star football game where the offensive line doesn't block for the quarterback.
Rangers now led by Leach, get up over the line. On a power play, and it's shot to the corner. Hiddick trying to get it out. Block. Zubov again on there. Zubov's pass ahead. Boy, he handles the puck so well. It's a great confidence. Kovalev now with Messier. Zubov again. Leach is all the way in deep. Kovalev's shot. Trickled off his stick and missed the short side. Graves trying to center it. Gets up front. Zubov's shot. That's knocked down in front of the net. Wicked chance for the Rangers. They remain on the power play. Leach fired one in. That's intercepted in front of the net by Babbage. Kovalev kept it in. Again to Leach. And it goes and center to Graves. Trying to get to Messier, but the Canucks pick it up and clear it down the ice. 50 seconds left in the penalty to Momesso. 2:30 in the period. Bure stopping a Ranger rush and sending them back deep. 40 seconds left on the power play for the New York Rangers. Leach coming up there again, right in the slot. Pulled away from Bure. And the pass to Zubov. He took the shot, and McLean covered up on the short side from the corner. All the way back to the line, Tikkanen. Back to Tikkanen, shoots. Nice save by Kirk McLean. And the Canucks relieve the pressure and shoot it down the ice. Only 8 seconds left in that penalty now to Momesso. 1:45 in the period. Still 1-0 New York, and here's Lidster moving up. The shot deflected by Brown, and it goes into the crowd.
Well, Kirk McLean keeping his team alive, Dick, and he's had to make fewer tough stops this period, but made 2 of them on that power play. Doug Lidster knows all about sitting out. The Rangers do. Here's one of the stops he made right here. Zubov, a good shot from about 21 feet out. Big rebound, but it was cleared. And then Esa Tikkanen, who can wire it, gets everything on that one. I don't know how McLean saw it, but he made the save with his right leg. There's Boomer Esiason. He knows all about getting hit. Gunnar, his son, doesn't like hockey as much as football. He's taken a bit of a nap here as the second period is only 1:43 away from ending.
Stay awake in the football games. They're in the afternoon. Right. A lot of them. A little past his bedtime.
And his dad plays. I think that's good.
Right.
Face off to the right of Kirk McLean. 1:43 remaining in the second period. Linden wins the draw cleanly for his team. And the Canucks get it back out to center ice to him. He's up over the line. Linden trying to work in by Lowe. The pass was dropped back out over the line. Hedican waited and now dumps it back in. Pretty cleared back out by the Rangers. Lidster. Hedican stopping it. And then he lost it. Jelena got back to pick it up. Keeping in for checking for New York. Tipped down the ice. Momesso was nailed at center ice. And Lowe back to play it. That is an icing call against 24-15 in favor of the Rangers. 1:11 left in the second period. Again, the Canucks win the draw. And Hedican moves up to center ice. Hedican shot it, then was dumped. And Leach was bashed quickly into the final minute of the second period. Hedican has to come back to his own blue line. Hedican's pass, that was intercepted by Kovalev. But here's Bure trying to move in. And Adams right behind him and trying to drop it for Adams. Graves shoots the puck deep. 40 seconds left in the period. Hedican to the boards with it. And it's just shot down the ice. Boom back, and here's Bure chasing him, and he picked it up. But there'll be a penalty to the New York Rangers. Bure comes flying in and ran into the big defenseman and then stole the puck. And a high stick away from the play has been called against New York, and I guess it'll be Bookaboo.
He hit Bure right over the head with his stick after Bure nailed him into the boards on what may have been an icing call in the opinion of Bookaboo. He sees him coming, and he just kind of tries to touch the puck. Now look at this, whammo. One vote for the helmet.
Jeff Bookaboo served a suspension 1 game in Game 6 in the Eastern Conference Final for a hit on Stéphane Richer in the other corner of the rink at that same end of the ice here at Madison Square Garden.
Not sure that hit him in the helmet, maybe the right shoulder, but
I tell you, that was a pretty good swing.
That was a pretty good swing, is right.
Canucks 0 for 4 on the power play so far, so the Ranger penalty killers, you know, that previous kill that they came up with brought up about a standing ovation. That's how they can turn things around a little bit with their penalty killing, but they didn't cash in on it. Still 1-0 New York.
Well, Bure showing us a little zip on that play and drawing a penalty because of it. So 1-0 New York. Only 24 seconds left in the period. The Rangers just happy enough to shoot it out and down the ice. 15 seconds left in the period. The Canucks, if they hurry, can get one chance here. They move it up to Linden. Linden cutting in for the net and was knocked down before he could get a shot from that sharp angle. And that will do it. As the Rangers cut it down the ice. And the buzzer goes to end of the second period. And a better tempo, gentlemen, than period 1.
Certainly a better tempo, Bob, from the standpoint of the Vancouver Canucks. And in a way, it's rather surprising this game is still 1-0. And I think, Harry, that has to worry the Rangers a little bit.
Well, at Otto, they weren't as dominating that period as they were in the first. The Canucks moved better, skated better, hit more guys, but didn't get any more chances to score. And I'm sure that's frustrating as far as the Vancouver Canucks are concerned.
Canucks had just the 5 shots in the period, and the Rangers had 9. The score now after 2 periods in Game 1, the Rangers won. The Vancouver Canucks, no score. The New York Rangers, on a goal by Larmer in the first, lead the Vancouver Canucks 1-0. There's Larmer's goal at 3:32. Kovalev and Leach assisted on that goal. And the shots by periods, 15-10 in the first for the Rangers, 9-5 in that second for the New York Rangers.
I thought the Vancouver Canucks played quite a bit better in the second than the first, but they could not manufacture much in the way of scoring chances.
They had an early power play, Harry, that you thought could have given them a lift. Didn't work. Now they're on the power play. Bookaboo in the box for his high stick on Bure, and he has 1:34 to serve.
So the Canucks obviously realize goals are tough to come by against this New York Ranger team. And Mike Richter. And they have an opportunity right here to tie it up. And they start out 3 abreast as far as center. Adam Graves stop Linden. Here's a break. It's Messier going in there. Stop by McLean. Big rebound. And Adam Graves missed it, and now Linden back the other way. Linden's centering pass intended for Adams was intercepted. Adams back to the net. Linden in the corner. Linden to Bure. Bure now near the line. The pass near the blue line. Stayed in. The shot, Linden is in front, wrapping at it. It goes back to the goal. Centered back to the point again. Brown just lifted the puck ahead into the corner. Bure got it back. Lume to Brown. Into Bure, the high pass. He couldn't knock it down. Linden got it in front of the net, missed it. And Messier there again. He was stopped on a breakaway. That should give the Canucks a lift. Here they come. Lume dropped it. Bure's drive. Stopped by Richter. 20 seconds left in the penalty, and it's shot down the ice. Lafayette is turning. Wheeling away to center, and he's got good wheels. Comes over the line with Courtnall's high drive onto the glass. Babbage keeping the puck in, but not for long. The Rangers dump it down the ice, and now the penalty is over. Boom is out of the penalty box. Minute 40 into the third. Rangers kill off another penalty. They are leading 1-0 Manteau around the net. Up through center, the pass intercepted. Babbage comes back in for Vancouver. Babbage, backhand pass stopped by Lowe. Took his time, laying it up there. And the shot is blocked. Manteau from the right side. And McLean hanging on to it.
Well, I haven't stopped talking about Mark Messier in Game 6, his prediction and his hat trick, and he nearly gives his team a 2-0 lead with a shorthanded breakaway that McLean made the save on and then cleared the rebound. There's the turnover by Lume. Everyone in the Canucks going in the wrong direction. Here's the stop right there, and McLean just clears the rebound out of the way of Adam Gray. Bure, the stick comes up underneath the arm of Kevin Lowe. And Lowe goes to the bench.
Face-off comes deep in the Vancouver zone. To the left of Kirk McLean. Kovalev on the draw. Canucks pick it up off the boards, and it's bounced to center by Diddick. Diddick stopped another rush. Took it away from Zubov. Back across center. Courtnall coming in, but he's in there too quickly for Craven, and that is offside.
Let's have a look at the ice times of Pavel Bure. Played about the same amount as the first period. So did Brian Leetch. He's well off to a 32-33 minute night. 3 shots on goal. Bure played a lot better in the second than he did in the first. Got 1 shot. Trevor Linden and Mark Messier headed for 22 to 25 minutes apiece.
Bure with a 15-game point-scoring streak in the playoffs. The playoff record is 18 games, held by Brian Trottier. And set back in 1981, Wayne Gretzky and Al McInnes both reached 17.
Face-off just outside the line, and it is Sergei Zubov with Kevin Lowe. Off the glass and down inside the Canucks line. Babbage hurries back. Kovalev giving chase. Bounced up on the boards and still inside the line. Rangers pressing again. Anderson goes back to the net. The puck is loose there as McLean was out of the goal. Craven trying to clear the zone. Lowe stopped him. And again, Lafayette back deep in his own zone to Courtnall. Anderson bumped him. The puck comes to center ice. It is Craven coming in, gets a shot away. Richter made the save on that. Diddick was up there looking for the rebound. The Canucks are changing. The puck is all the way down the ice. Bodies flying at the far side of 1 or 2 collisions. But the play goes right on, and Leach shoots into an open wing. That is Kovalev playing it up over the Vancouver line, and Zelina shot it back down the ice. 3.5 minutes into the third. It is still 1-0 Rangers. First period goal by Armour. Lume is stopped. Nemchinov out for New York with Tikkanen. Tikkanen shot. The play makes a nice glove stop on that hard blast by Tikkanen. And I think he got all of that.
Has Dave Babbage played any better? I doubt it. Played great against Toronto. And here's what he does best. Look at this hit he takes. Stefan Manteau is a big guy. Babbage just shrugs his shoulders, and down goes Manteau.
Nemchinov for New York. Can't find the puck in the Vancouver zone. The Canucks get it out. Zelina stopped at center ice by Tikkanen, and he slaps it back in. 1-0 New York. Canucks trying desperately to get something going, but it is tough going. So they're back deep to try it again. Hedican being watched by Noonan, who stopped the pass. Noonan on the boards. Hedican was bumped. Zelina gets it out over his own line to center. and moved in. Meso on the backhand. It goes harmlessly wide of the net. Browning chasing Nemchinov, and he cleared it. Brown back in. Or offside.
Well, Sergio Meso, who was the forechecking force against the Leafs. This Ranger team, a little more quickness, and the forecheckers are having trouble getting there on time, and that's a big part of Meso's game.
Harry, there's another chap you once coached.
Oh, yes, Gordie Howe. What a thrill it was to go behind the bench and in a tough part of the game say, Howe, your line's up next.
I need help. Call him Mr. Howe.
No, he got mad. Called him Gordie and treated him like every other player. He got mad at him.
Alexei Kovalev back to the net for New York. With Leach. Lingan had him make a fast play. Kovalev gets across center over the Vancouver line. Now trying to roll it in front. Had a second attempt. Slapped at it, and McLean was out of the net to give it to Linden. Linden is away. Chased by Kovalev. It's all over the place. Graves stopped the pass at center. Rangers come in. Messier! He missed with that hard shot. Damage around his own net for Vancouver. Hennig played it to the line, and Linden takes it in. Linden trying to find some room. Leach does not give it to him. Puck is back of the net. Adams centered it. Whipped away by Mike Richter. Atto lost it. Lume got in front of the shot. Score! The Vancouver Canucks have tied it. A penalty was to be called against New York. That, of course, will be wiped out. And the Canucks have tied the hockey game. A scramble in front, and Hennigan, the defenseman, came in off the blue line. 1-1 tie.
Lume walked off the point, and then Greg Adams got it out to Hennigan. All the Rangers in the defensive zone coverage got inside the top of the circle. Look at the space, the time that Hennigan's got. And he scores his first ever playoff goal, and his first goal as a Vancouver Canuck. And what a big one it is. Richter, no chance at all on it. Lume, Adams, and then Hennigan puts it in.
And the score 1-1 is a direct result of the Kirk McLean show that we've seen up to this point of the hockey game, especially that big stop off Messier, and again off Tikkanen a little later in this third period.
5:45, the time of the goal. We'll get the official scoring play for you in a moment. It is a 1-1 tie here in the third period. Wells comes back quickly in his own zone, gets the puck up across center. The Canucks, Jeff Brown whacks it back in. Now the pass knocked down at center by McIntyre. He lost it. Coming in is Anderson. And McLean is there covering on the short side. And again, thwarting the New York Rangers. This time, Glenn Anderson.
Brett Hennigan's second ever NHL goal, and the first in 145 games, counting tonight. And he'll score a few more before he's finished. I don't know whether any bigger one than this one.
It was the 18th shot on goal by the Vancouver Canucks in the hockey game against 28 by the Rangers. But we are in a 1-1 tie here in game one. And the Canucks get a life now from that. Craven moved up. Gave it to Lafayette in with a shot. Big rebound there. The Canucks are on it quickly, and Lume turns. Threw it in back of the net. Craven tried to dump it out front. Now it does come out all the way to the line. And chopped back to center ice by Matteau. During the 7-minute mark of the third. 1-1 your score. Hennigan has tied it for Vancouver. Kovalev comes in, the pass and the shot. Ripped wide of the net on the short side. It's all the way back to the Ranger blue line. Hannibal moving up. Lowe takes it to center and then just dumped it in. Lume took it away from the goaltender McLean, who just didn't get back in time to stop that quick shot from the boards. Tikkanen had prepped it and let her fly, but McLean got back. Shot to center. Boom has to go back. Canucks. More jump now. In over the line is Jelena. He takes a hit, and the puck goes loose back of the net. Here's Ronning. He got it out front of the goal, and Noonan skates away for New York. Noonan coming up there with Nemchinov. Noonan winds up. The slap shot is gloved by McLean, and the Vancouver goalie hangs on to it.
Well, 12 remaining here in this third period. A 1-1 tie at Madison Square Garden. They have tight games here, and as we look at a picture of a couple of great competitors, Andy Bathgate and Leo Boyvan. A reminder, the closed captioning of tonight's game is sponsored by Household, providing financial services for the family.
Leo Boyvan could get you with a low check if you weren't paying attention.
I guess so. Well, Harry, here we are, 1-1.
The Rangers may rue the day they did not take advantage of domination in the first period. Second period pretty even. Canucks have been a little sharper in this period and tied.
It's as if Vancouver has found their legs, but here's Messier, who always has them. Trying to wrap around, control the puck, went back the other way. Canucks try to check him off the puck and can do it. Messier gets out front, gets a shot away. That was wide of the goal. Rangers are pressing here. Zubov lost it just inside the line as Linden knocked it away. 8 minutes, 20 seconds into the third period. We're at a tie, 1-1. Here's Leach stepping in over the line, winding up, the pass, score! Kovalev! And the Rangers take a 2-1 lead.
Ryan Leach. Boy, when you let him in the offensive zone and give him some time, be careful. This guy is dynamite offensively. He takes off, cuts into the middle, and then a beautiful pass, and a hard one at that, to Kovalev, who just steers it in. Leach with the big-time imagination, the perfect pass, and the score's 2-1 Rangers.
Number 2, Brian Leach, and number 21, Sergei Zubov. Time 8:29. Kovalev his sixth from Leach and Zubov at 8:29.
The Rangers have taken the lead again. 2-1 this time, and they have the heat on some more. Zubov and Leach assisting on the goal by Kovalev. 2-1 Rangers. Time of the goal, 8:29 here in the third period. Now, what a great pass by Leach to set that one up. Everybody thought he was about to shoot it, including probably Kirk McLean. And the pass right on the money. Bure turning in his own zone, trying to come out. Matzo went in there and bumped his man, Craven. Bure takes it again for Craven. His pass through center ice. Cardinal had to shoot it over the line. Lafayette couldn't hang on to it. Nearing the halfway mark of the third period here in game one. New York Rangers 2, the Vancouver Canucks 1. Canucks tied it on a Headington goal at 5:45. Now here at 8:29, the Rangers have the lead again. New York 2, Vancouver 1. Coming up to the halfway mark of the third. They were up 1-0 in a first period goal. Vancouver tied it here in the third. They're ahead again, 2-1. Nemchinov and Tikkanen bidding for that top corner at the far side. And Kirk McLean once again makes a fine glove save.
Boy, Tikkanen's had a couple of pretty good cracks at Kirk McLean in this third period. The first one earlier on from dead center out. This one from the left side.
Remember that one he put up over Mike Vernon's shoulder when he played for the Oilers. Here's another look at the goal. Now the problem is the entire Vancouver forward line got trapped in the Rangers zone on the pass from Zubov to Leach. And as a result, Kovalev was waltzing in all alone after Leach made the fake shot. Ryan Leach Probably the best offensive defenseman in the league right now. He's a chance taker, but he's a great anticipator.
You won't see better passes than the one he just delivered to Kovalev for the go-ahead goal. Adam Graves is in now, close. Scramble, the puck is back to the line, but onside. Bure trying to get the puck out of his own zone. Can't. Graves and Messier flying in the air. What a great save by McLean. Beautiful three-way passing play, and Kovalev was robbed. What a save by McLean. So he keeps the Canucks close. Rangers, Messier trying to get out. Leach is up in the rush now with Kovalev. Leach shoots it in as Linden chased him off the puck. 9:15 left in the third. The Rangers by a goal here in game one. Kovalev is turning again. Coming up over the line, faking the shot. Now backs off and he fell. Heikkinen couldn't keep it in. It is slapped in from the blue line by Zubov. Playing out of the net. Hennigan is back to the goal. Hennigan shot it to the corner and Adams missed it. The Rangers pounded him back to the net again. Turning is Hennigan. Got the puck to the line, but not out. This is great forechecking by New York. Heikkinen in. Now then, Hennigan racing up with Linden. Back to Hennigan. Hennigan nearly got in there for a shot, and Zubov took it away from him. Rangers dump it out. 8:23 remaining in the third. Lafayette turned around at his own blue line by Nemchinov, and Brown starts the Canucks back. Long shot by Glenn. Big save by Richter. That wasn't a bad shot by Glenn from outside the line. Tavish missed a chance to move up. Now Gilbert takes it up with him. McTavish heading for the net. McLean saw him come in, so he got out of the crease, hooked it away, and again he stops McTavish. The Canucks now have to hang on. One linesman waved it off, the other has his arm up, and it has been waved off. 7:40 remaining in the third period. Puck is shot in wide of the net. That is Diddick backboard from Vancouver. He did not see Lipsker come up to the point. Diddick takes a look now as he goes behind Kirk McLean. Larmer forechecking. It is Diddick. Stopped by Larmer. Pushed off the puck by Diddick, but he got it back in there. 7:15 left in the third. And the Rangers, relentless. They're up by a goal and looking for some insurance here. Great forechecking by New York.
The executive producer of Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC is Ron Harrison. Tonight's game from Madison Square Garden is being produced by Larry Isaac. Our director here in New York is Jim Marshall. Calling for the replays this series is ISO director Don Moss. And a special thanks to all the other production and technical personnel who have helped make this telecast possible. As well, the head of Network Television Sports is Alan Clark, and CBC's senior executive producer is Doug Sellers. That's playoff central here. We'll be back on Thursday, and in between, the Knicks will get back in action tomorrow night in the NBA.
And they're lost 2 in Indianapolis. The 5th game in the series is 2-2.
Nice shot by Ronning. Gets over the net. Ronning again. Slapped into the boards in the corner. Canucks now trying to apply a little pressure, but it hopped away from Jeff Brown and gets back down to the Vancouver line. Ronning trying to move up again. Hennigan played it in. Jelena, Momesso, and Ronning. It is centered. Momesso tied up in front of the goal. He and Zubov bumped together. Canucks keep it in. Hennigan shot deflected, and it got high over the net. Along the boards, Ronning. He's doing great work on this shift. Ronning knocked it down. Backhands it ahead, and the Rangers finally get it out. Good pressure by Vancouver right here. Shot in by Hennigan, and the Canucks will elect to change on that shoot-in. 6 minutes remaining in the third. Messier cruising through center. Over the Vancouver line. Graves is ahead of him on the play, but he couldn't get the puck up to him. Anderson now poking at it, but it's Lume for Vancouver. Twisting and turning against Messier. It is shot over the line, and Bukaboom goes in there against Adams. Bukaboom there first, and shot it down the ice. Rangers 2, Canucks 1. First game of the Stanley Cup Final at Madison Square Garden in New York. Rangers shoot it in. Laid off the boards, got out, and Chinov kept it in there. McLean stopping it for Lume. Tikkanen is a dangerous forechecker. And on the far side is Noonan. Noonan trying to center it. He goes to the ice on a hit. Adams had it bounce away and down the ice. Again, the linesman, one of them calling icing, the other waving it off. The latter winning that. No icing, and a long shot onto McLean from Sergei Zubov. Rangers try to keep it in. 10. The Canucks, Jeff Courtnall shoots it in off the boards to the right of Richter. There is Lidster. Can't clear it out. He'll get another crack at it. Goes back to the net. Lafayette went in there to punt with Zubov. Lafayette centering it. And nobody in front. Tikkanen coming away. Tikkanen up there with Noonan. Boom, the shot. Kirk McLean again. Stopped that Tikkanen drive from 45.
Well, there's a camera range view of my broadcast home away from home for the last little while. We're about 3/4 of the way up. There's 4 television feeds coming out of this building tonight, and there we are, lower left of your screen as Harry Neal signals. This us, folks.
And the Rangers are leading the Vancouver Canucks 2-1 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the third period here in Game 1. Keeping the Rangers zone is Jeff Bukaboom. Can't play it out. Noonan was there, and he couldn't get it out. McTavish did, up to him. And Noonan takes it up to the line and just fires it in. McLean leading the net. Got it high. It hit the glass, though. And it's McTavish trying to rip it out in front. He can't. Now he tries again. And foiled a second time. That's running back. It's centered by Gilbert. Ronning takes it and shot it to center ice. 3:45 left in the third period. The Rangers trying to win this first game. They are leading 2-1. They were ahead 1-0 through 2 periods. And 5:45, when Hedican tied it. Then Kovalev at 8:29. In there, Jelena doesn't reach it. Moving up, low shot, deflected, and wide of the net. The Rangers get it out. Messier flipped it over the line for Kovalev. He's striding in there deep, and he hit McLean with the centering pass. And McLean, fortunately, had the skate right tight to the post and stopped it and held it.
Well, this line of Graves, Messier, and Kovalev has been a handful as far as the Canucks are concerned. Kovalev has played the best game I've seen him play. I know when they put him up in this line in the last round, he came up with some good performances. Adam Graves not scoring at the pace he scored at all year, but he's been on the right end of about 4 or 5 big-time body checks tonight. And the old hurry principle. He gets in there quickly and hurries that defenseman into making a play perhaps he wouldn't make because he knows number 9 will finish his check.
Messier wins this draw to Leach. Leach winds up. Picks his spots. He just doesn't shoot from everywhere. Canucks rush. Broken up by Leach. And again, the powerhouse defenseman shoots it down the ice. 2:45 left to play in the third period. And the Canucks are coming out. Up the center. Linden on it. Dumped it to the line for Bure. Couldn't play it before Messier. And Messier shoots it down the ice softly. But this one is going to be icing against New York with 2 minutes and 31 seconds remaining in the third.
Kovalev has been a factor here. Well, needless to say, draw consideration. He's faced 37 shots. The Canucks have mustered 21 on Richter.
And I have him 19 good scoring opportunities. So McLean has done his job. He's held his team in, giving him a chance in a 1-goal game to tie it up and or go ahead.
Face off to the left of Mike Richter. Rangers control the draw. Lidster around the net. Looking for room. Doesn't see too much. So he just shot it to center ice. Then Chinov feeds it over the Vancouver line, and there's Here's Babbage. Again, 2 Rangers on him. He got it out and down the ice. Litzker back. Takes a bump in behind his own net. Rangers do not clear it right away. Now they do. Tikkanen takes it on a skate. Made a fine play with it. Noonan gets ready. Shot nowhere near the net. Nemchinov was on it. Shot it back of the goal for Tikkanen. Noonan went over there against Babbage. Babbage played it out to center ice. Minute 45 left in the third. And the Rangers changing. They shoot it in. 1:40 left. 2-1. New York. Puck is shot in wide of the goal. Bucabo back. It is intercepted before it hit the line, but now the Rangers, 3 of them on it. They can't get it out. Kept in. McLean is still on the net with 1:25 left. Third period, game 1. Brown shot high and wide of the net. Rangers back. 1:18 left. McLean still in the net down there. And the Rangers trying to work it out. Leach will go back at the net with 1:10 left. Kept in by Hennigan. Hennigan shot it along the boards. It is centered. Popped away from Ronning. He got it again. They shot right on. Scored! Richter stopped it and couldn't find it. And he couldn't hang on to it. And the Vancouver Canucks have come back to tie it here with a minute left in the third period.
Last Friday night, it was 7.7 seconds on the clock when the Devils tied it. It's 1 minute exactly here when the Canucks tie it.
Jelena tipped it on a turnaround shot by Ronning, and it just dribbled right there, just dribbled off the chest, down the arm, and between the arm and the body. And our net cam will show you exactly what happened to Mike Richter on this play. A quick turnaround slap shot by Ronning. Richter leaves his feet, and then it just trickles off his left elbow into the net. 1 minute. They had not taken McLean out. So we are headed for overtime unless some team can waltz in here and score in the last minute of play.
You know, the Rangers have been haunted by this, Harry. In game 1 of their series against New Jersey, the Devils tied it with 48 seconds left and then went on to win in overtime.
Well, the Rangers go on the attack again. It's a tie game now, 2-2. Puck inside the Vancouver line. 47 seconds remaining. The Canucks come out to center. Here's a chance for Bure. He's up with the brakes on. Now to the slot. Bure trying to go in, but the net is off the moorings. In behind Richter, Nemchinov, Richter, and Linden in a pile, and the net is gone.
Well, as soon as Linden saw that Bure was going to be able to cut off the right wing into the middle of the rink, he went to the net. Big, strong Trevor Linden, who works hard at both ends. Here he goes right here. And give Nemchinov credit. He took Linden all the way. Bure never did get the shot through. When he looked up after he decided it was time to shoot, he saw this. No net. 3 players in it.
All right, it's Jelena who gets the tying goal at the 19-minute mark from Ronning and Momesso. So the Vancouver Canucks fight back and tie it a second time. When it looked as if the Rangers would hang on for a 2-1 win. Not likely. The Canucks come back to tie it. Now Larmer is coming in for New York. And he shot a second one, went off a stick. Scramble in front with 20 seconds remaining, and it's cleared out as far as the Ranger line. Leach trying to poke it up to Messier. 10 seconds remaining. It's in back of the net. Icing called. And with 10.1 seconds remaining, the face-off will come back inside the Ranger blue line.
A lot of hustle by Brian Glenn to make sure he got that puck first. Steve Larmer was trying to catch him. So the Canucks get another chance with 10 seconds to go with a face-off to the left of Richter. Here's the hustle on part of Glenn. Steve Larmer almost got there first, and then took a bit of a spill after the icing was called.
The Rangers, of course, with home ice advantage. And the finals going 2 here, 2 in Vancouver, and then 1-1-1. And Vancouver would love home ice advantage. They can gain it by winning this hockey game tonight. It is looking like overtime. With only 8 seconds remaining, they get it as far as the blue line. And that's where it ends. Here's the buzzer. And this first game of the 1994 Stanley Cup Final will see overtime as the Rangers scored first. Larmer in the first period. No scoring till Hedican tied it in the third. And then Kovalev gave the Rangers a 2-1 lead. Jelena, with a minute left, tied it again. 2-2 overtime coming up.
Harry, you look at the Rangers and you say they blow the leads, but here tonight, they just blew the chances they had to widen the gap. They maybe didn't blow it as much as Kirk McLean shut them off. What a terrific period by McLean. And we're going into OT.
Vancouver likes OT. They're like that Montreal team. They hope it goes into overtime last year. And here's the tying goal. A turnaround bad angle slap shot by Ronning that was tipped by Jelena and just rolled down the left arm between the elbow and the body of Richter to tie it up with 1 minute left.
7th time for the Canucks in overtime. They've won 5 of the previous 6 this year.
And the shots over 3 periods, 37 by the New York Rangers and 22 by the Vancouver Canucks. So the score is tied 2-2 overtime tonight.
Final.
Well, here the Vancouver Canucks have a chance to get home ice advantage back from the Rangers if they can score in overtime. And they have had little in the way of chances from the big three. Linden, Bure, and Adams. They've got 1 point, that assist by Adams on Hedigan's goal, and they've had a total of 4 shots on goal. So either they're having a bad night or the Rangers are keeping them under wraps. Tough for the Canucks to win many games when those guys don't chip in at least 1 goal.
Now there's Kirk McLean. You think of him off Messier on that short-handed breakaway early. You think of Tikkanen with 2 big chances. Kovalev with a big chance when the Rangers were ahead 2-1, and that all sets up this play. Bit of a strange goal, but a goal nonetheless as it sneaks through. Mike Richter, Jelena getting the credit.
Now look at the scoring chances, 21 for the Rangers, 9 for the Canucks. Odd man rushes. The Rangers are ahead in that department, and the face-offs are fairly even.
Well, the game is even to this point. And the next goal wins it. Game 1. And it's Linden coming up there with Adams, who overskated the puck. Messier turning back for New York. Joining the rush is Leach, getting in. The shot on the short side, and McLean got a piece of that. Another shot in close. Graves had a golden opportunity here with only 24 seconds gone in overtime. And there's the man of the hour here in game 1, Kirk McLean again.
Leach made a nice play on the rush. He's coming on every rush. And McLean makes a short side stop, but it's nothing like this one. 3 Canucks go to the 1 Ranger in the corner. And you can see Diddick's left with 2 Rangers to contend with, Messier and Graves had a 5-footer, but couldn't put it by Kirk McLean, who has been magnificent.
The Rangers the other night when they were scored on with 7.7 seconds left, instead of being down coming out for overtime, they were up and they dominated the overtime right from the start. Tonight they gave up the tying goal with a minute to go.
Face off to the left of Kirk McLean. And the Canucks get the puck ahead to Courtnall from center ice. He drives the shot. Picking it out was Richter with the left pad. Rangers attack again. All the way down the ice, and it'll be an icing call against New York.
Richer, and Richer scored 2 overtimes in this 94 playoff.
Face off to the right of Richter. Vancouver win the draw. Glenn stepping up, but he got caught in deep, and 3 Rangers are moving out. Tikkanen, another long shot. He had 2 mates up there with him and decided to let it fly. Back to center ice for Craven. Up over the Ranger line. In with Courtnall on the other side. It's kept in by Lume. Lume rubbed along the boards and keeps going. Lume trying to center it. 1 hand on the stick. And couldn't quite get a pass out front. Back for Noonan. Noonan and Nemchinov along the boards in the Vancouver zone. And again, Craven starts the Canucks away. Hit the skate of Courtnall. And the Canucks move up. Lafayette shot it in deep. Here is Zubov turning back. Zubov can't get too far in that rush. And Jeff Brown takes it. And at 40 into overtime. Rangers with the first big chance. Graves stopped by McLean. Here's Graves with the puck again. Coming out with Kovalev. And Messier. It is shot in wide of the net. Brown bumped back there. Graves on the puck. Graves trying to center. The shot stopped by McLean. Running without a stick. Picked it away. It's still inside the line. Now Messier goes over to pick it up. But he couldn't get there quickly enough. Kovalev again centering in. Big pressure by New York. And McLean picked out the right pad. What a night in Madison Square Garden for game one. Canucks trying to wrestle away. Home ice advantage here in the first one. And they're up to center. Hunting can't catch up to the pass. Omesso shot it over the line and Larmer takes it out. Left it there in the center ice area. That toe is stopped at the Vancouver line. It went offside. They called 2 minutes 47 seconds into a hectic piece of overtime.
One thing about the overtimes, Dick, that I've noticed, the ones that I've covered and the ones that I've watched on television, they're usually better pace and more chances than the game. You think it would be the other way around. Here's the stop that Bob Cole was talking about on Zubov, who roared off the point into the slot. And McLean has been almost, he's never beat the New York Rangers in his career. But he's making it tough on them tonight.
In the 2 games in the regular season, Rangers defeated the Vancouver Canucks, but Kirk McLean did not play those 2 games. He's playing one heck of a game tonight. Rangers up there again. And open in front of the net. Matto couldn't hang on to the pass. Here's Larmer. Can't get a shot. Centered it, hit the side of the net. Tikkanen back of the goal. Larmer! And he just missed. Back of the goal again. Tikkanen applying pressure. And the Vancouver Canucks send 3 away. Fourth catching up. It is Bure down the left side. Bure can't handle a Ranger defenseman. Zubov. He got it out to McTavish coming in. Shooting. That's off a stick and wide of the goal. Centered through the crease. Winding up Zubov. No angle to shoot it. So he threw it ahead into the corner and Adams poked into the line and out. Matto is offside. He does not play it. Shot across center. Linden upended. He goes right on. It's grabbed by Anderson back of the net to the far side. Anderson had to sweep it around the net again. Gilbert back there for New York. Gilbert trying to center. He's out there with a pass. The shot blocked. Great pressure by the New York Rangers. In back of the goal, Linden. Tried to clear it away, and Bure gets a hold of it and just gets it out across center ice. Adams was up there. 2 Rangers took care of him. Glenn fired one ahead. The Rangers again come at the Vancouver Canucks. Graves. That came off his stick and went just wide. And McLean finds it and hangs on. And the crowd is on its feet again at Madison Square Garden. And they're saying, when can we beat this guy? Not yet.
Steve Larmer had 2 great chances to end this game. The Bure-Linden-Adams line got caught out for 2 shifts. The Rangers got a change, but the Canucks couldn't, and they were exhausted out there. There's the one chance that Larmer missed the net on from about 4 feet out, and he gets another one right here and doesn't get much on it. Finally, the Canucks get a change, but they were out a long time before they could.
Rangers have had 41 shots now at the Vancouver net. Stopped 39 times. Rangers are coming in there again. In around the goal. Centering pass by Kovalev, knocked down in the crease area and cleared away. And Cardinal coming in there hard. Cardinal's pass. That's blocked by Rittner. Rangers got caught and set up a 2-on-1. Now they feed it back out. 4 of them are up on this rush. Cleared into Messier. Centered it. No shot by Graves again. And the Canucks send 3 away the other way. Down they come. Portnoy takes the puck and dropped it back. Richter didn't have to stop that one. It missed the net. End to end. Rangers had 3 away again. Coming in as the defenseman Leach. Centered it. That's broken up. Kept in. Messier. No shot. Graves stopped by McLean. Another great save by Kirk McLean. Nearing the 6-minute mark of overtime. Icing call against Vancouver. And this is one whale of a hockey game here in game 1. Kirk McLean. 43 shots tonight.
Only about 25 of them tough saves.
Here's Litzner poking at it. It's in back of the Vancouver net again. Diddick tried to tie up his man. Ronning lifted one high on the glass. Shelena ran into Zubov at the far side. Nemchinov takes it. Back to Zubov. Shot. And McLean loved that. Just held it. 6 minutes gone in overtime. And it's been pressure-filled so far.
I'd like to know what the Canucks had for their game meal on the 25th of April and every game since then. Look at the record, 11-2, 5-1 in overtime, 3 shutouts, and McLean hasn't even given the opposition 2 goals a game. Well, they're on their heels in this one. But how many times have we seen in overtime one team dominate, get 3 or 4 or 5 chances, the other team gets 1 good one and the game's over?
Best chance they've had in OT, Courtnall and Brown on the 2-on-1.
Linden on the face-off. Pucked it away from Nemchinov. It's back of the net where Tikkanen steals it. Here's Tikkanen looking dangerous. Shoots. The front rebound. Scramble. It comes out to Adams. Adams away to center for Vancouver. And his stick lifted by Noonan who got back. Rangers turn and turn it on hard again. Nemchinov along the boards to the corner through the crease with it. And Tikkanen blasted one. The whistle had gone. The goal off the boardings in behind Kirk McLean. And he is down on all 4s again.
13th game I've covered the Rangers in this playoff year, Harry, and I think this is the best one I've seen Tikkanen play. He had the chance there, and Leach was in deep. Got caught. And Messier came back to cover up defensively.
Good play here by Tikkanen as he hounds Diddick till he finally gets the puck. Comes back across on Diddick. Walks out in front. This is his 8th shot of the game. And then you can see Larmer coming in. I think it was Larmer came in, or Leach came roaring off the blue line. And got the shot. Tikkanen talking to backup goaltender Glenn Healy. 131 playoff game for Esa Tikkanen tonight.
He's saying to Healy, what are we going to do to beat this guy?
Rangers 9 shots, Vancouver 2 in overtime, and we're coming up to the 7-minute mark. 46-24 are the totals in this hockey game.
Linden talking to Pat Quinn on the bench about the alignment on the faceoff.
From the draw, it is Vancouver. Bure shoots it off the boards. It dribbles inside the Ranger line. Leach and Zubov are back there. Zubov takes the pass from Leach. Flipped it up to the Vancouver zone. Graves forechecking. Linden going for the puck. The Leach is there ahead of him. Graves went after it. Messier is in front of the net. Turning away is Lume. Out to center Adams. Moving up is Bure to the right. And here's Linden's shot. Rebound, and it goes wide of the goal. Richter coming up with a save. Bure looking for it. So is Linden. Linden takes it. He fell. Adams was there with him. And the Rangers get control of their own zone and get it out. Up the center. Moving in is Kovalev. Hangs onto it. Keeps going. Back to the net. Kovalev looking around. He's trying to set one up. Got it out in front of the goal. The Canucks are covering. It is centered again. McLean knocked one away. Rangers can't hope to get better chances. Adams near center. Shot it in. Two teams are changing. It's been a hectic pace in overtime here in game one. And the Rangers on the puck can come in. Long shot, kicked out, big rebound! McLean! How is he doing it? Kept it out again. Kirk McLean pulling magic. Here's another test by Larmer. Kick back. McLean solid in there. Centered again. Here's Larmer. No shot. Big rebound though. That toe can't find it. And two Canucks are away. Up goes Cardinal coming in. Cardinal dropped it over the line along the boards. And it's cleared into the corner. Cardinal went in after it with Craven. The Rangers get it out and Larmer takes it to the center ice area and can't move on it. 8.5 minutes into overtime. Wow. Puck played off the boards and in. Litzler shooting it out. The crowd trying to keep the Rangers hot. You have to wonder if they can keep it up. And if Kirk McLean can keep it out. Back to the net. There's Kevin Lowe. Lowe took a look. He saw two Canucks come at him. Too late to move. It's the Canucks battling forward. Ronning and Jelena. Rangers get a hold of it and skate out. The pass through center by Noonan. And over the line, then Chinoff takes a hit. Rangers carry on into the corner. And Ronning was back covering Noonan in front of the net. And Chinoff took it away from Ronning. Noonan gets loose, upended. And it's Jelena coming out for Vancouver. Here's Ronning with Modesto. Gets up near the line. And Jelena was in offside.
Bob, you remember 8 years ago, you and I did a game in this building, and a rookie goaltender made 13 saves in 9 minutes against the Rangers. Oh, named Patrick Roy. Well, Kirk McLean, when he made his 14th save in this overtime, it was at exactly 8 minutes into the OT. 14 saves, Mr. Neal, in 8 minutes.
And 9 good scoring chances out of the 14 saves. So, regardless of what happens in this game, Kirk McLean has been the best player on either team.
51 shots now in the Stanley Cup Final.
Now, when you're in the groove, you know, Don Cherry always used to say the goalie gets in the groove. Remember Richard Brodeur telling me in '82, Harry, I can't get out of the way. They keep hitting me with every shot. I try to get out of the way, but I can't.
This is some kind of action in overtime.
And then behind the play,
look at that.
After this, Stefan Matteau had 2 chances to be the hero again. Nelson Lafayette takes him out of the way. Messier trips Bure. Bure gets up and whacks Messier across the ankle. Referee Gregson doesn't want to make a call to put one team down, but they are making that philosophy a little tough to keep enforcing. So he finally gives 2 penalties, 1 to each team, I believe.
Modesto and Gilbert roughing.
Now 4-on-4 in this game, the New York Rangers have been much more dangerous than the Canucks have. And it's the point man, Leach and Zubov, who caused the trouble. And Linden and Courtnall have got to do a job on the Ranger point men, because they won't be standing around watching the 2 forwards, Kovalev and Messier, do all the offensive work. They'll be jumping into the rush for sure, or off the blue line in the slot.
Nearing the halfway mark of the first overtime period at Madison Square Garden here in New York. Jelena's goal at the 19-minute mark of the 3rd period sent us into overtime and 2-2. Hedican backs up and Messier is watching him. Hedican, now he can skate, striding away to center. Look at him go. Hedican trying to go in, and he was upended by Leach on a hip check. Ass in front, just a little bit out of the reach of Courtnall. In for the Rangers, drop back to the line, and Messier pass shot, blocked in front of the net. Comes back to the point on the other side. Another shot. That's deflected wide of the goal. Brown shoots it around the net, up along the boards, 1-on-1. It is Linden coming in there. Linden has to wait for Courtnall. No shot. The pass and behind everybody, Courtnall turns with it. In front is Flynn. And Richter reached out with a goal stick and maybe took a goal away from Vancouver. Now Craven against Kovalev. A nice pass to Glenn. The drive. And that whistles wide. Leach shoots it to the line and out. Glenn again. Got a great chance there moments ago coming in deep. And Richter made a good move of his own, reaching out with a big stick and knocked it away. Rangers back to pick it up in their own zone. Right in front of the net. Bure watching Leach, and he made him hurry that clearing play. So the Canucks take it. Lume put it back up to Bure. Back to Lume. He likes to stick handle with it, but this time the pass. And the shot. That grazed the post from the far side. Lume's high one now will get over the glass into the crowd.
Well, Richter hasn't been nearly as busy as his counterpart at the other end. 26 shots by the Canucks, about 12 good scoring opportunities. The New York Rangers have played only 4 defensemen in the overtime. Lidster, Lowe, Zubov, and Leach. Boom and Wells have not been on the ice. I'm not sure whether they're hurt or whether this is a strategy by Keenan. We all know he often plays 8 forwards and 4 defensemen when it gets tough.
All of those shots in the first 8 minutes by the Rangers, 14 of them. They have now gone the next 3.5 minutes without a shot on McLean.
Running and Jelena for Vancouver, but it's Gilbert of the Rangers. Now he was parked up near the Vancouver line, tried to get on side and failed.
Gilbert and Mamesso's penalty expired. Gilbert jumped on out of the box but couldn't get on the right side of the red line. Take that pass. The Vancouver Canucks dodged the bullet in the first period, and the bullet they're dodging in overtime is about twice as big.
8:25 left in the first overtime period. And this truly has been something. Rangers almost now out shooting Vancouver 2-1 margin. 51-26 are the shots. Rangers at it again. Kovalev is at it again. Kovalev shot. Blocked this time by Babic. Centered it. Canucks jump on it. Ronning flipped it ahead. Jelena shot it from center ice. Across the line. Ronning coming in, but the play goes offside at the New York blue line.
Cliff Ronning, who was replaced by Linden on a few shifts in the second period, made the big play with a minute to go. I've always said it's never a bad play to shoot the puck. It may not be the best. Cliff wheeled around and took a very bad angle slap shot, and it was tipped 2 feet in front of goaltender Richter and rolled between his arm and his body in to tie this hockey game and cause this overtime.
In the center ice area, the Vancouver Canucks, Mamesso slapping the puck into the Rangers zone deep. Leach is back. He'll be careful to Boom. Boom's pass astray down the ice. Brown slapped it hard on the boards, and the Canucks get up to center with it. Flipped ahead to Ronning, and he was stopped in his tracks by Leach. Nearly broke away. Tikkanen shoots a high one into the Vancouver zone. Out it comes again. Now they're playing the cautious game. Get it in and get it out if you can. This time it's out, but hot.
Harry, do you sense the Rangers have sagged a little bit after that first?
Well, they couldn't.
The crowd has.
They couldn't have kept the blips up for any longer. So the Canucks weathered the storm that Mike Keenan and his Rangers came up with in the first half of this overtime, or first 8 minutes of it. And Rangers 7-2 at home, 5-2 on the road. When you play against Leach and Zubov, you better get the puck deep at their blue line on the rush, because if it's turned over, you can be sure 1 or 2 of them are gone the other direction.
Trevor Linden against Mark Messier, the 2 captains squaring off. Canucks get the puck up to Adams. Adams gets to the line. Time to come in. Nearly did get in there. Stopped at the last second. Messier comes back to dig it off the boards. Linden crashed into him. Rangers get the puck out. Up the center, Kovalev. Over the line, Graves. The shot blocked in front of him. And Messier poked it loose again. Canucks get it up to Adams. And Adams backhands into center. Rangers turn it back. Kovalev. He's been dangerous all night for New York. He's number 27. Let's say Kovalev. There he is watching Linden. Linden got it by him. Down the ice. No icing because the goaltender Richter had to play it. With the Canucks coming in quickly. Nato turning the puck to center ice, and here's Babbage coming up into a hole with a high shot, gloved by Richter. And the Rangers come back. Long pass down the ice. Larmer couldn't control it. Nato offside. And that's called.
Boy, he was close to tying an NHL record.
When he had those two little chip shots that he couldn't put in, he had a no-win situation on that last play. It was offside if he touched it, and icing. The Vancouver defenseman touched it.
The record would be 3 playoff goals in 1 playoff year. He had 2 of them against the Devils. But in that early flurry, he was around the edge of the crease where he scored his 2 goals from. The other night, that game with the Devils, 3 goals scored. I think the total distance the 3 goals traveled was about 2 feet 4 inches.
Well, Nato saved his team about 10 feet. The offside means the face-off just inside the top of the circle. The icing, of course, would have been back on the dot.
This is the point from the pass. Lafayette and Tikkanen square off on this one. 6:13 left in the first overtime period. And from this face-off, comes right into Richter. Left it for Vukovic, away from Craven, and he got it out. Up the center. Nato's pass, stopped at the line by Courtnall. Courtnall again, stealing it, but he couldn't catch up to it. Went off balance and had to turn around on a 360, and couldn't get to the puck. Diddick rifles it off the boards behind his own net. Craven is over there. So is Larmer for New York. And now the Canucks pick it up and get it up to center. It's tipped from center ice by Courtnall. Craven went in there forechecking. Rangers slap it out and move up on it. Coming in is Larmer. The pass off Tikkanen. Now he centers it. And it's the Canucks on a Ranger change. Craven is coming up for him. He dropped it to Courtnall. Big shot. Kicked away by Richter and cleared. There's center ice. Fired back in by the Vancouver Canucks. 5:10 left in overtime. This is McTavish. Up the center and across the Vancouver line. He is stopped before he can make an extra move. And Hedican is back the other way. Hedican checked by Anderson, but shot it in. Jelena chasing it back in the net. Wrapping his stick on his opponent's stick. Can't get the puck loose, though. Anderson is given a bump. And that put the Rangers offside at the Vancouver line.
Well, Pat Quinn has not used his 4th line since early in the 3rd period. Hunter and Toski and McIntyre. And so he's going with a shorter bench. And, of course, the Rangers are. They haven't played Jay Wells. Joey Kosher got hurt, so their 4th line has seen very little action. Or the 10th and 11th forwards. And as this game wears on, you wonder if one of the 2 teams, fatigue, will be the biggest enemy that they've got. Playing Jeff Vukovic now, so they're back into at least a 5 defenseman rotation.
Messier's line back on again against Vancouver's. Cliff running with Jelena and Lemesso. Rangers bring it over the line, led by Messier. Sharp angle, so he passes off in front of the net. Jelena checked his man, and the Canucks get the puck out over the line. Up the center, coming in, Lube. Graves got back. Here's a chance, Jelena! And he can't put it over Richter. Close call for Jelena. Leach shot at the center ice. Messier had it hit his leg. And now back in is Momesso. Drives. That one off his stick and wide to the Ranger net. Vukovic flipped it in front of his own goal, and Evan Graves takes it out the blue line. Skates to center. He sees Messier. Messier trying to come in. He's nailed and can't get a shot. Good play by Babbage, taking Messier out of the play. Here's a shot from the blue line, and somehow Kirk McLean saw it through the crowd and gloved it again.
Well, the Vancouver Canucks finally got a real good scoring opportunity on Mike Richter, as they had an odd man rush. Not very many of them that they had tonight, but they couldn't take advantage. You see Brian Leach goes down the drain and gets trapped. He's a gambler, as I mentioned, and there's the chance by Jelena to end it. Tried to hit it out of the air, but by the time he got there, it was behind the net.
Rangers around the puck, winning this face-off, circling the goal, and the pass into the slot area was intercepted and cleared away by Bure. Rangers bring it back in. Tikkanen's drive, McLean the save, and low shot by Tikkanen. Rangers from center. Hammer the puck back inside the Vancouver line, and tearing after it. Along the boards is Lidster. Takes his man in on the boards in the corner. Noonan trying to dig it out. Lidster does. And the Canucks see it go outside their own line and race on it. Bure coming up there. Bure can't make the move and get in there. Back for New York. Tikkanen again. The shot blocked by Babbage. Wide of the net. Lidster in deep. Puck loose. Back of the net. Matto went in. Bump Bure. And the puck held on the boards. And they call the play with 2 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the first overtime period.
After the Rangers got that 14th shot at 8 minutes, it took them 8 minutes and 9 seconds to get another one. They had 2 in a row.
The Linden line is exhausted. They've played a lot of hockey tonight, and they've been up against the Rangers checkers most of the time. When you see players, all 3 of them on the same line, going to the bench after a normal length shift, stick across the knees because they can't even come up with the energy to stand up straight. And that's what happened to the Linden line on that last shift. And they've been in trouble in their own zone because of it more than once in this overtime.
First game of a Stanley Cup Final, always an enormous game. The Rangers home ice advantage. Vancouver and New York tied. We're in overtime. A long shot. McLean, big standout, doesn't have to play that one. It was blocked. It is Craven coming to center. Up over the line. He nearly got through, and Vukaboom hauled him down. Corno with it. Corno shot. That is blocked. Richter didn't know where it was. It went off to his right. The Canucks can't keep it in. Anderson got it to center, and the Rangers hop on it. Larmer coming in with taking the shot. And it's Corno. 4 Canucks are on this play. Corno's right wing pass. Corno got in the slot, but it didn't get to him. Good play by Zubov. Here's Craven. He tried to keep it in and was unsuccessful. Up the center is Matto. Shot it in for New York, and McLean covering up. 2 teams changing now as the Canucks get it up the center. Corno remains on. Jelena hit his man, and turning back is Kovalev. Put it back in the net for Zubov. Messier takes it. Nearly intercepted at the line. On goes Graves. Graves and Kovalev. Kick that rebound. Lane made another big save. Nobody could get near the rebound. And it's loose at center. Glenn stopped a play to Messier. Graves and Messier come in. Here's Messier. Graves in front. Can't get the pass, though. And Jelena skates out hard for Vancouver. He's down across the Ranger line and was stopped. He wants to get off. Dog tired. 1:05 remaining in this first overtime period. And it's been hectic from start till now. In back of the net. Diddick missed a chance to poke into the corner. The Rangers fight for it in there. Poked loose by running. Babbage over after it. Here's Tikkanen. Tikkanen coming out in front along the boards. And here's a chance. Leach hit the crossbar. 2 Canucks are away. 3 of them. The pass. Scored. The Vancouver Canucks hear the puck off their crossbar behind
McLean go the other way, and they win this first game 3-2 in overtime.
Greg Adams put it in. The Rangers got trapped after Leach walked by the Vancouver right winger, put it off the crossbar. That gave the Canucks the odd man rush through the neutral zone. Adams took a lovely little pass and blasted it by Richter.
He took a beautiful pass from Ronning. Flipped it over to him.
Kirk McLean, give him a kiss, boys, because he saved your life tonight. 54 shots, only about 30 of them tough, and the Vancouver Canucks win another one in overtime.
And I mentioned earlier, forget about those records and how many games the Canucks have or basically have not won in this building. Here's the play that starts the winning goal, but it's Leach hitting the post, and it really rang off, and Harry, away they went up the other end.
Pavel Bure forgot to cover Leach, but then he got the puck and got it up, and look at this shot just inside the post, a one-timer to beat Richter, and the Canucks have the home ice advantage and have won the first game of the Stanley Cup Finals and the only game they've ever won in the Stanley Cup Finals.
What a game. And the Vancouver Canucks take game one in the best of 7, 3-2 in overtime. Adams the hero again.
He may be better because he faced 2 more shots than Bill did when the Oilers eked out game 1 at Boston Garden back in 1990. 3-2 Vancouver, and here is one of the heroes for Vancouver tonight.
Now wait a minute here, Darlene and Gus. Who's the happiest? I don't know whether him or me. We know the good guy. Did you ever pass through Kingston?
On my way to nowhere.
There you are. All right. He's got it again. He did it again.
Well, you even had the same itinerary as Don. Congratulations, Don, on the prediction. That really is amazing. I thought maybe he doesn't know any other Canucks names because he keeps picking you, and boom, you came through. And what a goal. Tell me about it.
Well, Cliff Ronning made a great pass. Pavel got the puck up on the boards, and Cliff held onto the puck, waited for the guy to come to him, and just made a perfect pass to me. All I had to do was shoot it in the open net.
Did he get a piece of it, Richter, there?
I don't think so. I don't know. He might have. It happened so quick. I just saw it go by him.
No,
so.
he didn't.
Well, let's have a look. It looks a little like him.
No, he didn't.
This net cam's great. Yeah, no, I think it's straight in.
Yeah.
But, you know, Greg, the first 10 minutes, Rangers were forcing. Larmer's goal was a bit of a lucky break, but nonetheless, New York was full value for the lead through 2 periods of play. What did you say amongst yourselves to get back in it?
Well, they came out strong. They had a great first period, and they forced us all night long, and we just had to be patient and be more responsible, I think, in our own zone, and wait for the breaks to come our way.
And how about a comment on the number 1 star, Kirk McLean?
Well, he's the guy that won the game. Obviously, he played unbelievable, and he's the guy that really won the game for us.
Well, these feelings just keep getting bigger and better. Congratulations on the Canucks' first ever Stanley Cup victory in Game 1.
Thanks very much.
Greg Adams scores the goal at 19:26 around here. At least they're saying not 19:40. Could have been worse. 3-2 Vancouver. Back with more on Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC in a moment. Brett Hedican had gone 145 games without one, but he gets his second. It was a big goal. His first came into an empty net, so a big treat for Hedican. Jalona and Adams, of course, with the game winner. Larmer, who Don also picked in overtime, had a great chance there. And Kovalev scoring for New York. So the Canucks, according to the man who's normally dressed in the 9s, all gussied up for New York visit. This makes me sick, Cherry's predictions. We're back to wrap on Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC in a moment.
Tonight on Sports Page, the puck stops here. Captain Kirk tries to steal Game 1. We have liftoff. The Rockets take aim at the NBA Finals. And Clash of the Titans. Sampras meets Courier at the French Open. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sports Page. If you're a hockey fan, tonight didn't need any build-up. For just the second time in their 24-year history, the Canucks took part in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Their opponents were, of course, the New York Rangers, a team that last won the Cup 54 years ago. But they were the league's best team during the regular season, and the Canucks just knew they'd come out flying. Early on, Rangers are 2-on-1. That's Joey Kosar. He's stopped by McLean. The rebound centered in front, but McTavish couldn't find the handle. 3.5 minutes into this game, it's Brian Leetch. Drop pass for Kovalev. Nice move on Babic, but his shot is stopped. Rebound to Larmer off the goalpost, off McLean, nothing but net. Tough break for the Canucks there, but Larmer had opened the score. That made it 1-0, but if it hadn't been for McLean, the score would have been about 5-0. He was unbelievable in that first period. The Rangers threw everything at him, but McLean shut the door. I'm telling you, he's the only reason this game wasn't a blow-up. Check out this scramble. One pad save, and then McLean stopped Messier on the rebound. The Ranger captain could not believe it. Then on the power play, they've got McLean beat, but it goes off the crossbar. Somehow, Pat Quinn's team got out of the first, down by just one. Then in the second, it's Kovalev. He's going to be stopped by Captain Kirk, and then he just robs Greg Gilbert on the rebound. He was in some kind of groove tonight. A bit later, puck centered in front to Zubov, but again, McLean was there. His teammates needed to pick it up. That's Pavel Bure. Big hit on Bukaboom, and then check out the retaliation. The Canucks would start the third on the power play, but it was the Rangers with the big chance. Messier in alone, but McLean squeezed the pads. We're talking Conn Smythe here, folks. 6 minutes into the period. The Canucks applying some pressure here. Puck eventually comes to Jyrki Lume. He is going to slide it on net. Richter kicks it away, but he kicked it right to Brett Hedican. McLean bought them some time, and the Canucks finally paid him back. It's 1-1. It stayed that way for less than 3 minutes. That's Leetch winding up for the shot, but instead he makes the great pass to Kovalev. What a play by Brian Leetch. McLean, no chance on that one, and it's 2-1 Rangers. And New York was hungry for more. That's Messier in front for Kovalev, but McLean was up to his old tricks again. It was still 2-1 Rangers with just over a minute to play. Canucks pressing. Ronning throws it at the net, and Martin Gélina tipped it home. Richter thought he'd stopped it, but check out the replay. That puck is going to squeeze just inside his left arm. It came at the 19-minute mark. This game was going to overtime. Early in OT, it's Esa Tikkanen coming out front, but McLean stopped him, and he got Leetch on the rebound as well. Then it's Messier. He's going to put it in front to Adam Graves, but McLean made another great save, and he saved his best stop for last. One save on Tikkanen. Rebound, he got Larmer, and then Mateau couldn't jam it home. McLean was a wall. The Rangers had gone over the 50-shot mark, but this game was still tied at 2. Then, in the final minute, it's Leetch again, but he hit the crossbar. Back come the Canucks. Bure, headmans for Ronning. He's 2-on-1 with Adams. Ronning in front for Adams, and he buried it. Greg Adams does it again. The Canucks had no business winning this one, but thanks to Kirk McLean, Vancouver draws first blood in the Stanley Cup Final. This was, of course, also their first ever win in the Cup Finals, and there's not really anything you can say except Kirk McLean. It's hard to imagine a goalie playing better than he did tonight, and he carried his teammates who are obviously suffering from a week of waiting around.
So, Canuck fans, I imagine you had a pretty good time tonight. At least a better time than a lot of the Ranger fans had here at Madison Square Garden. You should have heard the whining as they were pulling out of this place. And actually, who can really blame them? The Canucks robbed them. They stole one. Kirk McLean making 52 saves. He put on a playoff goaltending performance that will be remembered for years to come. Greg Adams was the hero in overtime, getting the winning goal, but after the game, the talk was all Kirk McLean.
You want to start off by talking about McLean?
Well, he was a story. There's no question about that. That's a game that has to go in a highlight package for us, and maybe an instructional package for young goaltenders. He was outstanding tonight. He was the story.
What were you guys saying on the bench when he kept making save after save, especially in overtime?
Well, I guess it can pick you up a bit. You see him doing everything for us. So we have to go out there and help him out and play hard too, because we can't let him down. He's really helping us out, and so we have to clear the front of the net a little better and just play a little harder for him.
But the hero tonight is obviously Kirk. What can you begin to say?
Well, we don't want to say too much because we need him. What can you say? He's a good goalie, but we know he can play better even still because obviously he's a great goalie, stand-up goalie. We didn't play good enough in front of him, so the win was for him. There's no doubt about it.
I don't want to talk to Cliff the player. I want to talk to Cliff the fan. I mean, Kirk was unbelievable out there.
He was. It was great.
What can you say about the play of Kirk tonight?
Well, you know, like I said, you can't say enough about Kirk. He's been outstanding throughout the whole playoffs, and you know, even now this is the finals, and he's playing better than he did in the last couple of series. He made some great saves today. Like sometimes you think he's going to get beat or they're going to have a real good shot, and all of a sudden, glove save or whatever, he kicks it out to you where you can handle it, and then he's ready again. You know, he's so cool in there, and it makes you settle your play down also.
You know, for us guys have seen him all year and seen him through the playoffs. I mean, he was brilliant tonight, but he's been great. You know, a lot of other nights. I look back to the Dallas series, he was incredible. The Toronto series is good. This is probably his best performance, and definitely was the reason we were given a chance to win the game. You know, I mean, he held us in there time and time again.
I'm just going out there to try and do my job. I mean, things are bouncing right for not only me but the team, and that comes with hard work. I mean, like I said, we went down a goal, and they had the pressure on us right off the bat. We could easily fold the tent, but we didn't. We weathered the storm in the first period, came out and were equal in the second, tied it up in the third, and then tied it up late in the game, won in overtime. I mean, things happen good on a personal note because of the people around you, what they're doing. You know, you feed off of that, and right now the team's playing with a great deal of confidence, and it rubs off on everybody.
Nobody shadowed me tonight. You know, they just play real close to me, and you know, I don't care about myself right now. As long as we're gonna win, you know, I'm happy.
Pat, the Canucks seemed to be a little tired in the overtime. The Rangers came out storming. Was it rustiness tonight, or did they get tired a little bit, or what was it?
I hope that's the case, that we were rusty because we didn't react. In fact, we were a reacting team and reacting slow most of the time. They moved the puck fast. We never established a forecheck because they interfered real well. We didn't make them play deep in their zone, and we turned the puck over an awful lot. And they're such a good counter team. We were on our heels. Our defense were back on their heels all night long, and we just never got a game going as far as our own self was concerned. We reacted all night long, and when we are a reacting team, we get in trouble, and we were in trouble tonight if it wasn't for Kirk.
So to a man, the Canucks agree. They got lucky. They know they have to come out with a much better effort in Game 2 if they plan to compete not only in that one, but in this entire series. They've got an optional skate scheduled for tomorrow, and we will be there. We'll have a full report tomorrow night on Sports Page. Until then, back to you, John.
All right, David, there it is. Game 2 goes Thursday night at 5:10 Pacific, again from Madison Square Garden. The Canucks, we know they should be able to play better than they did tonight, so the pressure is squarely on the Rangers as they try to solve.
And good evening. Well, the odds makers weren't giving the Canucks much of a chance, but Game 1 belongs to Vancouver, or more accurately, to goaltender Kirk McLean. Squire Barnes will have the full story coming up on Sports. But this was a night when sports became news, because it was a night Vancouver stood still as hundreds of thousands of residents evacuated the streets and huddled around television sets everywhere. Since most people spent the evening glued to the game, here's some of the excitement they may have missed. A quick study of the faces in the crowd at Malone's Sports Bar seemed to speak volumes about how well, or as it was tonight, how poorly the Canucks were playing, until...
waiting to make a play. Finds Leach. Leach shoots. Hit the post. He hit the post. Bure with a steal. Bure with a lead for Ronning. Ronning's got Adams. Adams shoots. Scores. Vancouver wins.
So there truly is a Canuck bandwagon now, and nowhere is that more obvious than right in New York City. This next story is about 3 young men who could perhaps be given the honor of most dedicated Canuck fans. They drove a beat-up old car right across the continent to reach New York just in time for tonight's game. And the city that's seen it all saw one more sight. You're loud and proud in the Big Apple. You think you'll survive?
It may be more than, it may be a bigger bite than we should have taken, but hey.
Might end up with a worm,
It's
huh?
a life story. An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah, it's been a road trip of a lifetime. I was working, I gave up my job, came out here.
Gave up your job?
I work for my dad, it's okay.
Okay, so he's going to hire you back. You quit your job.
I'm a student. No, actually.
Never been gainfully
No, I'm taking a Russian course right now, and my
Russian rocket.
Russian rocket, exactly. If I can get some kind of interview with Pavel, then hopefully I'll pass the term.
All the newspapers in the Big Apple say it's the Rangers in 3.
Well, that's because they can't add. Hey, there's a Ranger fan right behind you. Want an interview?
Ah, Rangers.
Come here.
1940!
I'm telling you, these guys are from Vancouver. Can you believe it? They drove this car, this vehicle all the way from Vancouver.
They're gonna be disappointed. Huh? They're gonna be real disappointed, man. Rangers are going all the way.
What do you think of that car?
A piece of crap.
Barnes now with the sports, and I guess not much more to be said. I said it all.
I think you have, so I'm going to leave now. No,
no, the whole story now coming up.
Okay, here we go. New Yorkers are used to crime. They are unfazed by stories of muggings in Central Park, blasé about purse snatchings and bank robberies in broad daylight. But they might not be able to get over the grand theft hockey Kurt McLean pulled tonight in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Not only did he pull the heist in front of millions, but his henchmen were able to get away with the goods when it looked like they were going to be punished by the Rangers. Let's go out to Madison Square Gardens. There were some Canuck fans braving that group of Ranger fans in front of MSG. The Lasers were going before the game, and the Rangers were going the moment they dropped the puck. Just over 3 minutes in, Brian Leetch to Alexei Kovalev. He shoots, and then the rebound goes to Larmer. This actually hit the post, hit McLean, and then went in. 1-0, so a bit of a lucky goal there for Steve Larmer for the Rangers. Power play for the Rangers. Kurt McLean goes to work. Look at the saves right here off Mark Messier. Still 1-0. And then a little help from Mr. Crossbar. Steve Larmer, clang. That could have been in. Still 1-0. Jeff Bukaboom level. Sergio Momesso, one of the best hits in the game, but that was a penalty. And Momesso had a chance to make them pay, but no. Mike Richter with the save. Still 1-0. To the second period, Jeff Courtnall and Nathan Lafayette with a chance. Courtnall the shot. Lafayette, no! Just sneaks by the open corner. Then, Alexei Kovalev, and what a great game this guy played. The save by McLean, another save by Kurt McLean. And then, Sergei Zubov in the slot. Oh, the blocker save by Kurt McLean. To the third period we go. Mike Richter makes a mistake here as he puts the puck right out in front of his own net. Watch it right there. Thank you very much. Brett Hedekins scores. First goal is a Canuck, and it's 1-1. But then that Kovalev guy again and Brian Leetch. They put on a nice show right here. This is Brian Leetch. Watch him draw 2 Canuck defensemen his way. Kovalev scores. 2-1 for the Rangers. Looked like the Rangers were going to be able to hold on and win this game. But remember, Game 7 against the Devils, Game 1 against the Devils, Rangers can't do anything in the final minute except let goals in. And cheap ones at that. It's in. Jelena gets the credit. It's 2-2. We're going to overtime. In overtime, Kurt McLean should have been given the Conn Smythe Trophy in overtime alone. Look at the save. off Adam Graves in the very first minute of the extra session. Graves talking to himself. Then Mark Messier to Brian Leach. Leach with the shot. McLean, the glove save. Then Tikkanen and Leach. Tikkanen shot. Leach. No! That puck's not going in. Then Adam Graves. Send in another contestant. Who's next to try Kurt McLean? Why, it's Tikkanen and Stefan Matteau. And they can't get the puck in. Look at Stefan Matteau. No, no, it's not going in. It's still 2-2. Canucks have a chance to win it. Martin Jelena, right there, cannot score. Good save by Mike Richter. Then, last minute of overtime. Brian Leach right in, clang, hits the bar again. Bookaboo rushes in to try and get the puck. It's taken by Bure. To Ronnie, to Adams, scores! Believe it or not, the Canucks win 3-2 over the Rangers. They have the 1-0 lead in the best-of-7 series. And as I mentioned before, you can give Kurt McLean the Conn Smythe Trophy right now. 52 saves tonight in a game that every Vancouver Canuck knew and said afterwards that the Rangers should have won. But in the playoffs, a hot goaltender is the key to success. Okay, Barry Houlihan, of course, is with the Vancouver Canucks. Right now, he is showing his bravery by standing out in a New York street corner late at night.
Taking my life in my hands. That's right, Squire. And, you know, somebody, we should play that song right now. Start spreading the news, because the Vancouver Canucks pulled off a huge win, a major league upset today at Madison Square Garden in New York in Game 1 of the National Hockey League Stanley Cup Finals. A game they did not deserve to win. But son of a gun, they did, thanks largely, in fact solely almost, with a little bit of help from Greg Adams, to the play of goaltender Kirk McLean. The Vancouver Canucks stole one, and following the game, obviously, he was the center of attention. And as for his teammates, well, they thought he played pretty darn good.
We got an unbelievable performance by our goalie tonight. I can't express how it was amazing how well he played. I've never seen a goalie play that well in a playoff game. That was fabulous.
Just in overtime.
Alone. Every other shift he had 4 or 5 scoring opportunities against him. We're not going to win if we play like that on a consistent basis, and we know we can play better, and we will play better.
What's it like playing in front of a goaltender who is doing what Kirk McLean has been doing all postseason?
Well, it makes it a lot easier on us, because we know he's going to make the first stop, and you know, really all we got to do is let him see it and clear the rebounds, and you know, it's unbelievable. He's playing the puck too, and that's what makes it so much easier.
You've played some great games in the playoffs. Is that the best you've ever played? I mean, there were must have been 15 stops in overtime alone where you could have won, where you could have lost the game. I mean, I could go through the entire range as well.
That's the way things have been going for us. We worked hard enough, and we held on, and we didn't give up. I mean, we played right to the end of every period, and we ended up getting a good bounce at the end where Leach hits the crossbar, and we come back. And
they came out flying.
They did. I mean, we expected that, and we weathered the storm. You know, we came out of the period down 1 goal, and then we played I thought a pretty good second period. I mean, we were even in the second period, and then and even in the actually we're up 2-1 in the third.
Yeah, and what went through your mind when you got that second goal, and here we go again, overtime?
Well, yeah, at the time there, watch yourself. At the time there, yeah, I mean, I didn't know how it squeaked in. I didn't know how Marty put it in, and then you know, I was just happy to see it go in.
Okay, and how about the winning goal?
Well, like I said, they had some good pressure. And you know, Leach had he made a good move with the blue line there and got himself into an open spot in the slot, and he zipped it off the crossbar, and we got a break, and then went down and scored.
A little early to start talking about Conn Smythe, but can you stand all this attention?
As long as we keep winning, that's the main thing.
Take some rest. And Squire, that's a story from here at Madison Square Garden in New York. It's now about, what, 3 o'clock? Talk to you in 5-10 minutes.
Yes, you will. Barry will be joining us with more from the big win in the Big Apple on 280 Jock immediately following this show at 12:05. Well,
It all started when Leach hit the crossbar and the puck went up to Pavel. He moved it up to Cliff, and Cliff made a great pass over to me, and I just one-timed it.
How good did that feel?
They keep feeling better, I think.
Now, can you guys build on this, obviously, because you didn't play that well early in the game and you came out with a win?
Yeah, we didn't play well tonight. If it wasn't for Kirk, we wouldn't have made it to the overtime, so he's the guy that won the game for us.
And his play continues. 7:45 gone by in overtime. Larmer leaves it for Tikkanen for the shot. Save, rebound. A save, rebound, another save. McLean will not allow that puck to get by him.
He won the hockey game for us, but yet we did keep feeling that, if we could just try to play his best defense we can and clear the rebounds, but still he was pretty spectacular.
Kirk McLean, I'll tell you, he made some game-saving saves tonight, and hats off to him. Without him tonight, would have been a different story, I guess.
I think he made about 30 game-saving stops.
Yeah, I think he did. You're right. He just was unbelievable tonight.
Now, as far as call.
Still in the New York zone. McLean is still in the nets. Play along the boards in Ranger territory. Leach out there. You know he would be. Got it to the point, but not out. Hedekant kept it in. Now to Momesso. Across ice, and the pass just went by Ronning. Now he shoots from a sharp angle, and he scores! It dropped into the net. Richter thought he had it, and it bounced off him into the goal. And we've got a tie with a minute to go.
Was coming to an end 7 years ago today as the Oilers have beaten a red-hot Ron Hextall to win their third cup in 4 years. All right, we still have, why, there's a fly in there. We still have some time for a few more calls before we check back in with Barry Houlihan. Let's go back to the phone lines.
We're riding through Central Park yesterday, and he said, Hooley, there's a chance I might play. Did you know? When did you find out you were going to play tonight?
I found out when I came to the game. Took warm-up, came in, and that's when they told me. I was shocked, but like I said, Uli, I was up to the challenge, and I'm ready. That's the thing.
What was it like sitting out since Game 3 of the Dallas series and being thrust into the Stanley Cup Final in front of sheer bedlam, delirium here at Madison Square Garden? It was an unbelievable atmosphere.
Oh, there's no doubt. They were just, I've never seen a crowd like that. I mean, Vancouver, they've been great all through the playoffs, but it's going to be like this, I imagine, back in Vancouver. But these people were just out of control. I mean, just the city itself creates that atmosphere, and I'll tell you, it was intimidating, getting out there. But once the game started and the flow started, we settled in, and it went fine from there.
Cool as a cucumber in overtime, I guess, huh?
Yeah, actually, it was funny. We were talking about that on the bench because we were saying, how I was sick in the Calgary series and thought I was going to throw up, but actually it was something that we're used to. I mean, we've been there so many times now. It's just like second nature for us.
Sean Antosky was in at the expense of Gino Wojcik tonight. We talked about that last night. Pat Quinn deciding to go with Antosky.
Ronning poked the puck to the corner. Babbage going after it. Noonan got the puck to Tikkanen. Tikkanen out of the left corner. Tikkanen with the puck. Pays it out of the slot. A shot from the slot. Oh, hit the crossbar. And the puck bounces out to Pavel Bure. Bure up to Ronning. Ronning over the line. Passes it. Adams scores! Greg Adams has just won it in the last minute of the first overtime. Adams scores for Vancouver at 19. Well, whatever it is.
Well, Madison Square Garden Network is the Rangers station. Their post-game show had comedian Dennis Leary on with host Mike Francesca, and needless to say, these two were a little bitter.
Let's be really brutally honest, Mike. And I think there's actually, I haven't looked at the rule book in a long time, but there's actually a rule somewhere I remember that the Vancouver Canucks are not allowed to win the Stanley Cup. So that works in your favor.
It works very much
because
in our
of that
favor.
stupid logo. That's one of the things. It's they used to have the big V, right? Yep. And they were guaranteed they
the
could win
ugliest
the cup.
uniform in the world.
Right, and it was put into the rule book with the stupid V.
That's right.
And the urine yellow and the brown that you couldn't win, and they changed the colors. Yes, they did. And they got rid of the V, and they still think that they're going to win. But even if they won the cup, they have to give it to the Rangers.
Hey,
the
listen,
logo.
after 54 years, the Rangers will take it. Any way they can get it, they'll take it.
Yes, Dennis, the Canucks uniforms used to look bad, but they were never as bad as your hair looks. They may have a funny crest, buddy, but you got the big L on your forehead. Canucks 3, Rangers 2, and the Fly's still alive. And
second straight series, 3-2 the final. The Rangers outshot the Canucks 54-31, but it is Kirk McLean who gets his first career win versus the Rangers.
That's a game that has to go in a highlight package for us, and maybe an instructional package for young goaltenders. He was outstanding tonight. He was the story.
Vancouver walked out of here with a win tonight because of their goaltender, period.
I'm just going out there to try and do my job. I mean, things are bouncing right for not only me, but the team.
The Canucks hung in there. Kirk McLean kept him in it. And Greg Adams gets the winning goal in overtime with 34 seconds left.
I'm sitting by myself over there. They're going with like 3 other guys. And I'm getting pennies chucked at me, tomatoes chucked at me. It's a hard time over there, let me tell you.
How much did it cost you guys to get out here?
$2 grand Canadian.
$2 grand Canadian.
$2 grand Canadian.
Why do you guys do so well in overtime? I don't know. That's a tough question. I think we have a pretty good feeling going into overtime. I've been on teams before where you were almost scared to go into overtime. You're scared to make the mistake to lose the game, and I think as a team we have a whole different attitude going into overtime this year.
Well, I think definitely we have to thank Kirk because we win. You know, he keep us alive all the game, and in overtime he made so many saves. So
Tonight we held on and held on. The first goal I think they got was kind of an unlucky bounce. I believe it went in off one of my pads and then into the net. So we didn't fold the tank. We kept plugging away, and Gus Greg came out with a big goal there in the overtime.
Thanks to Dave Randorf, who will be keeping us up to date from New York as the series progresses. That was the scene in the Rotten Apple, but here at home there was a lot more to cheer about. Gabrielle Vito spent the evening up to her elbows in Canucks fans. If you were safe at home, here's a sample of what you missed.
The feeling was in the air in Vancouver long before the first puck was dropped tonight. These students from York House Private School declared this Canuck Day.
For 5, please.
Downtown, the Vogue Theater was getting ready to show the game on what they say is the biggest screen in town.
A lot of people escaping from work early, obviously, to catch the game,
And traffic backed up early as thousands tried to get a seat on time. Those that didn't make it home packed the sports bars. Tonight on U News at 6, we showed you what fans in double overtime were doing during regulation play. When the game went into overtime, we came back. Spirits were high and fans were optimistic. They turned out to be right and went nuts when Adams won it for the Canucks.
3 of them. The pass.
Well, I predicted Adams would score the winning goal. I did. Ask all these guys. I did.
Oh, I loved it. I didn't think they could do it in the first game, but they did. They pulled it out.
Canucks win in the cup in 5. In 5. My predictions have been right on so far. And when they were done in the bars, they took to the streets.
Baby, New York, look out! We're after you! Yeah!
Madness on the streets. Gabrielle Vito joins us now.
Coming up on TSN Sports Desk, as it was in the beginning, it was Adams who took a bite out of the Big Apple, and the Ranger fans feel snake bit. The Expos are seeing red in Riverfront, while the Astros let the wild thing hang loose. Pete Sampras is one less American in Paris, and Akeem the Dream is Utah's worst nightmare.
Sports Desk, brought to you by the new Gillette Sensor XL and the Gillette Series. Gillette, the best a man can get. And by Olympic. choose from Olympic's full line of products that protect and beautify exterior wood.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another edition of TSN Sports Desk. I'm Brendan Connor, and over the next half hour, we'll be checking out a big day in baseball, NBA playoff action, as you saw, the big day at the French Open in tennis with another big name being knocked off. But of course, we're going to start in New York City with Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Now, you know, people knew from the matchup here, the Rangers and the Canucks, that this could be a long and tough series and a lot of fun to watch, really. Rangers with all the experience, all those Stanley Cup rings in their locker room, and the Canucks with all that speed and determination, and both teams with great goaltending. And in Game 1, we really got a taste of what lies ahead for the next few days. Mike Keenan wondering if his Rangers would be tired in the opener. Pat Quinn trying to figure out a way to win at MSG. Vancouver hadn't won there since 1988. Rangers strike first in this one. Look at the great move by Kovalev. Good shot, good save. But Larmer gets a stick on the rebound, and it's in, 1-0. Big hitting in this game, too. Momesso nails Kovalev there, sending a message. And Mike Richter also nailed by Momesso here. Momesso got a penalty for this one as he goes straight into your living room. Wasn't very happy with getting a penalty call. He thought he was run into the goaltender. Some vicious play in this game at times. Pavel Bure hammers Jeff Boogaboom, and Boogaboom retaliates with a stick to the back of the head. Canucks tie it up. Third period. Great effort by Jyrki Lumme in close. The puck comes out to Brett Hedican. Not exactly a sniper, but he scores a goal, his first in 145 games, and that ties it up at 1. The Canucks let up, though, and the Rangers pounce. Look at the feed from Leach to Kovalev. That is an NHL superstar play by Brian Leach. 2-1 for the Rangers. McKirk McLean, brilliant in a desperate effort to keep the Canucks in the game. Kick save there off Kovalev. Late in the third, Cliff Ronning takes it off the board, spins and fires. Jelena tips it in front just enough. Then Mike Richter lets it trickle through. So the game tied at 2. Overtime they go. Kirk McLean the story. A great save early in overtime off the stick of Adam Graves right there. Later he stops Stefan Matteau twice. Once there on the deflection and once on the rebound. Kirk McLean, 14 saves in the first 8 minutes of overtime. Last minute of overtime, Brian Leach stick handles in, top of the slot, and zings it off the crossbar. You heard the smack off the crossbar. Puck comes back to Bure, up to Ronning. It's 2-on-1 with only Tikkanen back. Greg Adams buries the pass, and that is the game right there. The overtime winner by Greg Adams once again. The Canucks win a thriller, 3-2, and they draw first blood in the NHL Stanley Cup Finals, a 3-2 victory. Hedican, Jelena, and Adams with the winner. Larmer and Kovalev replying for the Rangers. Kirk McLean the story, though, 52 saves. Third time the Rangers had given up a goal in the last minute of a regulation time to force overtime, and the Vancouver Canucks continue to work their magic in overtime. Let's get a post-game report from TSN's David Pratt.
The Vancouver Canucks have taken the first game of the Stanley Cup Final with a 3-2 victory over the New York Rangers. The winning goal coming from Greg Adams with just 33 seconds left in the first overtime period.
The puck came up the boards, and Cliff Ronning grabbed the puck. He made just an excellent play. He hung onto the puck and drew the guy to him, and he made a great pass over to me, and I just one-timed it.
You look at the game, and it's really 2 points for Kirk McLean. He was a difference tonight, and we didn't really come out the way we wanted to, and that's going to have to change because they played a really good game, but we know they can play better, and we got to prove that we can play better than that.
It was a story. There's no question about that. That's a game that has to go in a highlight package for us, and maybe an instructional package for young goaltenders. He was outstanding tonight. He was the story.
Let's talk about Kirk McLean.
Oh, that guy's unbelievable. I mean, you can't say enough about the guy. You talk about Fedorov and all these other guys, Van Beesbrook and all these guys for MVP, man. I'm telling you right now, that's my MVP as far as, this year's gone.
It feels great. I mean, to win like we did tonight in overtime, I don't think that, we played our best game in the playoffs. We were fortunate to get this one, but we'll take it. And they're a great hockey club, and we're going to have to be a lot stronger in Game 2 if we want to win.
Feels good. We're a little bit tired, but obviously we're going to get our jet lag out of our legs and hopefully skate a little better next game. We're very fortunate to win. They definitely outplayed us, and just happened to be a 2-on-1, and they didn't give up too many, but then Greg Adams scored a nice goal.
We knew that the Rangers would come out and put us on their heels, but we thought the blitz would last shorter period of time than it did. They established their skating game early, their hitting game, and we never seemed to get off our heels. And so it's it's a gift, I guess, or it's not a gift because Kirk McLean did such a good job.
It's hard to say if we deserve that game or not. They played a great game, and Kirk McLean was the story of that game.
The guys in this room, we're only concerned about the history of what the guys in this room are doing, and I think we all know that we walked out by the skin of our teeth tonight. A lot of credit to Kirk McLean and a little bit of a bounce there. We gotta get ready and come back and play a hell of a lot better game next time out.
The whole game's like we just kept going, and we had the game in our hand, and we just kind of slipped away in the last minute again. But we came out strong in overtime, and he kept making the saves. But he can't keep up like that, hopefully, and we have to come out stronger next game.
When you talk about hockey, I mean, it doesn't really matter, especially at this point. The game's played on the ice, and we're very, very fortunate. And don't get me wrong, we have unbelievable fan support, and the decibel level at the beginning of the game was unbelievable. I've never heard a rink that loud, but it's one of those things where you just have to regroup, stay confident, and believe in each other, because we believe in each other in this room.
The Rangers have good reason to be disappointed after outshooting the Canucks 54-31, but they'll get a chance to even this series Thursday night in Game 2. David Pratt, TSN, New York.
All right, thank you, David, and we'll be back with more from David Pratt in New York a little later on this edition of TSN Sports Desk. By the way, Pavel Bure had a point in that game. That is 16 straight playoff games now in which Bure has recorded a point. That is too shy of Brian Trotier's record from 1981. We'll take a short break here on one time for our highlight of the night. A lot of choices, especially with all the action in New York, but really not much of a decision as we went back to the overtime goal in the Rangers-Canucks game. Check it out as the Rangers, Brian Leetch from the top of the slot, rings it off the crossbar, and as is often the case, back it comes. Pavel Bure gets the puck up to Cliff Ronning. He's got a 2-on-1 with Greg Adams, sends it over to Adams, who drills it quickly, beats Mike Richter. That is the overtime winner with just about 30 seconds left in overtime, and the Canucks win. It is Greg Adams in overtime and Kirk McLean with a great job as well. There is the score. Kirk McLean with 52 saves in overtime, and Vancouver draws first blood in the Stanley Cup Final. Let's go back to Madison Square Garden now. TSN's David Pratt.
Ron, to come into this building, you probably know more than anybody else how important this victory is.
Oh, well, that's for sure. We're not going to apologize for the steal. We'll take it and go quietly. But no, that's exactly right. We have to win one on the road anyways to win the cup, and to play against that team going like they were tonight and survive it. It was a great job, and especially by Kirk McLean.
The Canucks have only been here once before, and that was '82, and they were unable to win any game. This has to be regarded as the biggest victory in Canuck history.
I think so. The funny thing is we played one heck of a lot better in '82 in our first two games in the island. Could have won both of them. Probably deserved a better fate and didn't. So it's ironic that tonight we come in here and stumble around a little bit and get blitzed pretty much the whole game and win. So who knows? Who can figure?
Let's talk about Kirk McLean for a little bit.
Well, I didn't see a lot of chances. Our guys were standing up praying, I think, while they were shooting, but I have to believe it's one of the best goaltending games we've ever seen. I mean, they had 50-some shots and 30 or more scoring chances, which is unheard of. It's double what we've been giving up, and he looked like he wasn't going to miss it. I mean, from what I could see, and guys tell me, he was on every puck. It wasn't lucky. He saw it and stifled them and gave us a chance to pull it out.
And then Adams gets the winner. You're on the bench. You tell me what happened.
Well, he's on the roll. I mean, again, he's the guy who's been doing it for us, and it's amazing how those things just happen. Gus isn't particularly a streak scorer like Courtnall is, but he's been on the roll, and when you see him coming down, you think this might happen, and sure enough, Ronnie makes a great play, and it did.
Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thanks very much, Dave.
Now let's go back to Sports Desk.
All right, thank you, David. So some happy hockey fans in Vancouver as Greg Adams scores the overtime goal. He's